Greetings and welcome to Winning Saturday Night. How's everybody doing out there? Hope you're all doing and living well. First off, let me thank all of those YouTube members of the Winner Circle. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Each and every one of your names are scrolling down there at the bottom of the screen. And I'd also like to thank Shelly and Wolfram for supporting the channel over on Rumble. We are, of course, broadcasting live on YouTube, Rumble, and X as always. And like to welcome each and every one of you wherever you may be watching this evening. Thank you so much for being here. This is Winning Saturday Night, where we just kick back, have a good time. We take in the good news of the week. We watch some cool videos. We watch some funny videos. We listen to some homemade music, all that fun stuff, and more. And of course, the best part of the show is you, the crowd that's out there. So let me say hello to each and every one of you right now. Heidi, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you for getting in here first and saying, be sure, good to see everyone. Be sure to hammer that like and that bell. Yeah, make sure the bell is very important too when you subscribe so you get notifications. Because YouTube doesn't like the truth, and I carry the light of truth with me. That's what I do. Wolfram, thank you so much for dropping these links. Guys, remember to listen to the Wolf. The Wolf knows what he's talking about. He wipes his paws, lips in a house, and he is here. Kim's Creations, how you doing? Good to see you again. How you been? Thank you so much for coming to the shows. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining the crowd and being part of us, man. We really like having you here. T-Rex Trucking and more. I'm at a grocery store right now, and this green avatar motherfucker's got in my head and has me buying organic bread, salmon, instant rice. Yes, that's right. And you're feeling good doing it. I know you are. You can't hide behind those angry faces right there. I know that you're feeling good doing it, and you just can't wait to enjoy that clean, real food. And we all should follow the dinosaurs example there. This is a T-Rex that won't go extinct right here, right? Because he's looking out for himself and he's looking out for everybody else too. By buying organic, he's bringing that price down for everybody else. Look, there's Thomas. Thomas says the hurricane peeps seem to be doing better because Waffle House is kicking ass and taking names. Better than FEMA. Nice. Yeah, good old Waffle House. And then when you're in the South, there's a Waffle House off every exit. So that's a good deal. Ain't nothing like some greasy Waffle House food when you've been through a hurricane. That's for sure. Yep, and you can follow T-Rex Trucking and more. If you follow those links right there, he has a great trucking show where you can 18-wheel across America with him. And check out his brand new 360-degree camera sits on top of the truck so you can get the full view of this great country of ours. Jacob Castro over there on Rumble holding it down. How's it going, Jacob Castro? How you doing, my man? You know, Jacob gets his own.
By Grabthar's hammer, by the sons of Warvan, I shall avenge you.
Oh, that's so good. He snatches the autograph. We shall avenge you, Jacob. We shall avenge you. Kim's is just chilling out tonight. Did some yard work earlier today, wore her out, and she's going to be fishing. She's going fishing tomorrow with your nephew. Awesome. I hope you guys have a great time and catch lots of fish. That ought to be a blast. That ought to be a blast. Nothing like some good old fishing. Yeah, make sure. Oh, look, there's a hostess with the mostest, Shelly talking trash and truths. You guys make sure you sub up to Shelly, especially over there on Rumble. We want to get her over 100. That's been going on way too long. We need to get her over 100. We're gonna work really hard to get that done. And all the crowd is saying hello to each other. That's awesome. That's awesome. Good to see everybody. So happy that you're here. I got a full night of good news and cool videos and funny videos for you tonight. And of course, let me go ahead and change this up right now. Big announcements, still announcements. We'll watch Line in the Sand here this upcoming Tuesday, the 22nd. I'm going to talk more about that in a second. And of course, Gary Franchio, Next News Network, will be here on Tuesday, October 29th. And that is some big news right there. That is some big news. That's going to be the biggest interview I've ever had on the channel right there. That's going to be bigger than all of them so far. So we're excited about that. Iron Rabbit, look at you with the cute kitty. How you doing? Just lurking. Well, I'm glad you're here for this part because this part's very important, and I do need all the the mods out there, especially you. I was actually thinking about you when I was thinking up this announcement I'm getting ready to make, or just what I'm going to talk about next. Guys, I spent a good amount of time last night thinking about this Line in the Sand documentary, right? And what it means, and what an instant red pill it is. It's an instant red pill. It means that no matter who you are, where you're at, no matter how deeply asleep you are inside this establishment narrative behind the first veil, if you watch this movie, if they are to watch this movie, I have no doubt that almost 100% of them will wake up. I mean, out of a deep slumber, because it does everything. I'm so excited. Everybody, please commit to being here for this. And just know that I'm thinking even more about how to get people to see this. But I'm thinking to mods, like, I know you guys have a lot of reach, a lot of reach inside different discords and whatnot. I don't care about the view count. I don't care about the thumbs up count. I don't care about anything. In fact, I'm not even monetizing that stream, right? That stream will be demonetized on my end. YouTube side is going to try to block it as soon as it's over with anyways. So it's going to be like a little bit of a kickoff show, but I'm going to I'm going to stay on YouTube. I'm not going to just leave YouTube for 1X, and I'm going to play the whole damn thing. All right. We have to get people to watch this. And I don't care if people that don't normally come to my stream or don't want to come to my stream, get them to watch it in a Discord, stream it, restream it, whatever you got to do. Just get people to watch it. And here's the second part of my strategy is I'm going to record the entire movie in my StreamYard studio here as an independent, just like, no me and this, no build up, nothing, just boom. I'm going to go right into it. Right. And then I'm going to put it over on Rumble with a, and I think I guess I can try to put it out publicly. I think it'll be fine publicly, but I'll just have 2 copies of it, right? One video, one stream, one live stream. But, I mean, here's the deal. I get it. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to Tucker Carlson, and he's got it behind a paywall, but I have a problem with that paywall. I got a problem with it. It's this movie, like I said, is an instant red pill, and it needs to be out there because it covers every base. If you have people that are inside the establishment narrative and they're like, oh, we're just trying to help the poor people. We want to help the poor people, right? When they see this movie, they're going to be like, oh my God, we're not helping these poor people. We're actually hurting them. We're exploiting them, right? It'll get them that way. For other people that think they got it all figured out, but they don't understand the depths of it, it'll give them more context, right? How deep the corruption goes. The fact that it's not just that we have to fix the border problem. We have to close the border, right? So that we can clean up the mess that they've created behind it. And it's not just the people that are here. It's the people that are working for the system. It's the people that are funding the system. This is $1 billion industry, guys. It's far beyond anything. Yeah, I'm not worried about it, Robin. I know. I've already dealt with Tucker Carlson's paywall copyright claim bullshit already with Art of the Surge. So I purged it on the YouTube side. I know that they're going to block the video after it comes out, but I'm going to do it anyways because this is so important. People have to see it now before the election. I don't care about Tucker Carlson and his millions and millions and millions of dollars that he already has, right? He should have released this for free. He should have done Sound of Freedom approach where he just releases it and and then you can donate back to it, right? It's this important. And when you see it, you're going to be like, winning. I agree with you. It may not seem clear right now, right? But when you see it, you're going to say, I agree with you. And the thing is too, is at the end of the movie, James O'Keefe talks about where's your line in the sand? Are you gonna give into conformity? Are you gonna give into the status quo? Or are you gonna make a difference? I'm gonna make a difference. I'm gonna make a difference. I think it's that important, and I'm going far outside the bounds of my online life to make sure this happens. I'm finding I got family involved with this. I got other people involved with this outside of this. So I'm gonna be putting this out in full on the Rumble and I will have either listed or public, but I will have a link to it. So anybody with the link can watch the movie. Then I will distribute that link to each and every one of you. All right. You don't have to, like I said, it's not about winning reality. It's about the concept of winning reality, but it's not about this channel. It's about getting that content in front of the people that need to see it. That's why I'm so passionate about it. I'm overly packing. I'm off the rails passionate about this right now. Like, I'll start talking about it and I'll go on about it forever. But I'm telling you, this movie has everything in it you need to see to understand the depth of the problem. It's not, even I, after seeing this, it just snapped, right, about how deep this goes. It's not just the people that are doing it before they get to the border, right? We've already seen the Muckraker documentary, which I'm gonna play again. I'm thinking about actually putting that movie and the Muckraker documentary back to back and doing it on a continuous stream. I'm seriously going overboard on this because I want everybody to see it. I'm telling you, you guys could tell me after the stream on Tuesday if I'm wrong, right? But I really feel like this is an instant red pill, right? It's one of those things that will literally shake people out of their slumber. And we need that right now because it also illustrates the fact that the establishment has been lying to everybody about this the entire time. I mean, lying to them, right? So even the person that thinks, oh, we're just doing a humanitarian effort and whatever Kamala Harris says is true, this is done in such a non-political way. It's a non-biased approach to this that they'll watch it with intrigue and then realize, holy shit, they never told me that. I didn't know all this, all the NGOs, all the money, people that are the security guards, the bus drivers, the shuttle people, the people that there's all kinds of exploitation going on down and all kinds of money going down. Even the border patrol is in on it. Even the border patrol is being bought off. Everybody all the way down the line is being bought off. And this is the part that I think that our side, or the awake and aware side, can learn from, right? And that's why I'm saying that this is my line in the sand. My line in the sand is that freaking paywall. It shouldn't be paywalled. This is such a dynamic, important movie and documentary to be seen right now. Like, this could literally shift the election. If it isn't already shifted in Donald Trump's favor, this could literally make it a landslide. It's that good. It's that important. I mean, so I can keep going on and on, but I'm asking each and every one of you to participate in this and to help make this campaign we're on to get this movie seen happen. I got people out on Twitter now that are interested in it. I've been advertising out there. I'm getting more and more followers on X, that is X, and I'm getting more and more on Rumble. And it takes all of us. If like, for people that are at home and they're internet bound and whatever it is, right? But the most you can do is spread information and raise awareness. Now's the time to do it. This is your way of participating and actually making a difference in this election. Outside of having to create content or get out there and bang on doors or do whatever, if you do this one thing, right, and you get a group of people to watch this, or one person that maybe is on the fence to watch this, you've done a great thing. You've done a great thing. And hey, Unrig, how you doing? Welcome. Good to see you over there on Rumble. How you doing? So yeah, man, yeah, it's that important. I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to talk about it again tomorrow, and I'm going to talk about it on Monday until we get there. But this is the things that I'm working on, guys. I'm not just talking and not doing anything. I'm honestly thinking about how I can make sure that people that wouldn't normally see it. I mean, I've even gone as far as to think of like redoing the thumbnail and like redoing a title screen at the front to make people think like Michael Moore made it, so that the real far lefty people will watch it. I mean, I'm literally willing to go that far to get this information in front of people, because right now, if they see it, boom, we got them. They're gonna be shaken awake by this, because no matter where you stand on it or what you think about it, this documentary exposes so much that you will see the corruption. You will see the lies coming from the establishment. You will see how destructive and evil they are, even if you love them right now. Like, you can't get away from it. And you guys can tell me on Tuesday if I'm wrong. So be here and make sure that you watch this with us, and then we'll have a discussion afterwards. And you can say, you know what, Winning, everything you've been saying is right. Or, you know what, yeah, it's good, but I don't know if, you can have your opinions on it. But I really do think that it's an instant red pill. And I'll just leave it at that. So I hope to see you guys then. Spread the word. Oh, by the way, at the end of this stream, it does link to the unlisted show. Right now it's unlisted, but it's already made for that stream. So you can RSVP to it, hit the thumbs up. You can grab the link and share it to people. You can advertise it in your own Discords. Just let people know how important this is. I mean, it's over the top. There's a lot of people that are just asleep on this issue. I mean, there's a lot of people that we know that people out here mod for that are just asleep on this issue, and they're out there, you know, doing what they do, which isn't really covering a lot of this stuff. And they don't think they might not know it's a big deal. Like literally today, guys, and since it's Saturday night, I probably won't show this tonight, but Tim Pool came out with a report: 4 apartment buildings in San Antonio, Texas, taken over by Trinidad Alagua. This, TDA, right? This is not going to go away, and it's only going to get worse. And I left him a little message that said, Tim, this is the hot civil war you're looking for right here, because it's not just the fact that we're exploiting people and that all these people are coming in and that all these people are corrupted and on the take, but it's what's going to lead to it if we don't stop it too, right? You don't think that these people are going to just like go away quietly, or these gangs are going to stop doing what they always do? No, it's going to escalate into a hot civil war. Like, we're literally going to be fighting on our streets if we don't take care of this. And, if the establishment wins, they're going to let them do it. So that's what's really going to be in our hands. So to avoid that, we got to make sure people vote and understand the danger and what's going on. And I've spent a lot of time talking about this right now. So if you want to hear me talk about it more, I will talk about it tomorrow on the kickoff show with, I will remind everybody what I'm doing briefly tomorrow night. But anyways, I'll leave it at that for now. Let me say hello to Chrissy Cat. How you doing? Came over from seeing you on Indies last night. Thank you, Chrissy Cat. Welcome. So happy that you're here. Great to meet you. Great to meet you. And I was talking about that at the end. I went on Indies stream for a little while last night. And that's what I was talking about as I was leaving, that this is what we're doing. Now, Andrea, that already voted. Good. Awesome. Awesome. Now you got to get some more people to vote, right? We need a landslide wherever you're at. I'm trying to think of ways to tell you, to like help you guys. How can you get people to see this movie? That will save you so much talking. Hey, everybody say hi to Chrissy Cat. Chrissy Cat. That will save you a lot of talking if you just say, hey, yeah, watch this movie. It's the Kamala Harris put it out. Just I don't care what you got to tell them. Just tell them anything to make them watch it. Because it's not going to get seen behind Tucker Carlson's paywall, even though he's only $6 a month. I mean, if you can afford it, give him $6 a month, right? At least for a month. But for most people, they're not going to do it. And for most people on the left, they're definitely not going to do it because, Tucker Carlson's the devil, according to them. So they're not going to do it. So we have to like kind of get them to say, because, most of them have good hearts. Their mind's under that information-based mind control right now. And if they were to see this, if they were to see this, they'll just snap out of it, because their hearts were going to open to these poor women and children that are being exploited by these criminals and by our own system and our own government. They're going to see that they're on the wrong side, and you can't escape it. You can't escape it. All right, Lex, what's up, my friend? How you doing? Good to see you, and welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Got a great crowd in here tonight, and don't worry, we got the good news of the week coming up here in just a second, really just almost there. I got some really cool videos tonight too. I've been trying to implement more cool videos along with the funny videos. I just find something interesting, like one interesting thing a week, and maybe one really cool thing a week, right? So just a little bit of bonus stuff that goes to add to the show. We're always trying to improve. I got a lot of funny clips for you tonight. I got a lot of funny videos, and I got a lot of good news. So let's go ahead and get ready to roll on into it. Okay, you know how we start the good news of the week, right? At first, it starts with me trying to thumb through all of the videos I have to find it, and then I play this.
Spread the word, bringing joy and love to each and every nerve. Positive vibes, that's what we're all about. Gonna lift you up when you're feeling down. Every day we're gonna make it bright. Good news coming your way. You're gonna smile no matter the day. Good news, turning it around in this crazy world. It's the good news of the week.
All right, good news of the week. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the most important story you're going to hear this week. Here it is.
An untrained attack squirrel stopped a burglary in Idaho to the great surprise of both the burglar and the homeowner. The squirrel, named Joey, had been a member of the household for about 6 months at the time of the break-in, but he'd never been explicitly taught any home security strategies, nor had he been assigned any chores, roles, or responsibilities. Since he'd been living rent-free, he felt like he owed something to the household. And when a local teenager decided to break in and try to rob the house, Joey knew this was his moment. He went nuts, leaping on the teen with the determination only a true attack rodent would know, scratching him until he had no choice but to leave the would-be crime scene. When the teen was questioned by authorities later, he said that Joey had scared him because he wasn't expecting a squirrel to come flying out of nowhere at him. The squirrel's human roommate, Adam, was also surprised. He actually wasn't even home at the time, and he didn't even know about Joey's valiant effort until the teen, covered in scratches, confessed to the break-in. Joey had only moved into Adam's house after a friend's daughter found him in a bush, eyes still closed, and no mother in sight. Adam raised Joey by hand and was just waiting until spring to release him back into the wild. Now, Joey the attack squirrel has been released, and while he has come back to visit a few times, he's mostly living his wild squirrel life, perhaps guarding his acorns with the skills he learned. This jewelry store never expected to end up with a squirrel as their security guard. It's just something that kinda happened. And while the squirrel did eventually lose his job, he definitely made an impact on the store. The owner of the store, Mehmet, took in Memishin the squirrel and his 2 siblings after they were unfortunately orphaned. Mehmet lives on a small farm, and his plan was to nurse them back to health and release them into the wild as soon as possible. All went according to plan with Memo's 2 siblings, but because of a paw injury, he had to stay in Mehmet's care a little bit longer. Since he was more of a long-term resident, Mehmet started bringing him into work with him each day, and he learned that Memo had a natural passion for guarding the money drawer. He started spending his entire days in the drawer, only allowing Mehmet to access the money and trying to scratch anyone else who tried. Memo was so serious about his job that Mehmet actually had to remove him from the drawer anytime one of his employees needed to access the till. Once Memo's paw healed, Mehmet tried to release him back into the wild, but he still visits the store. He's happily retired from his security job, and they have a new full-time feline security guard. There's a police officer that's been stopping people and asking them to hand over catnip instead of their license and registration, and none of the locals seem to mind at all. Nimbus the police cat got the position because he started dressing for the job he wanted before he was ever hired. He lives on a houseboat in Amsterdam, so he's always worn a bright yellow life jacket to help keep him safe and visible around the water. Eventually, neighbors started joking that he looked like a police officer in his high-vis jacket, and Nimbus saw this as an opportunity. He convinced the owner of his houseboat to find a police patch and sew it onto his life jacket. And from that moment on, he's taken the job very seriously. Nimbus confidently patrols the area, and he gives people a judgmental stare if it looks like they're up to any funny business. And that's the only action he needs to take to make sure everyone stays safe. At the same time, he knows just how to win the hearts of the citizens he's protecting by entertaining them with his antics. Nimbus has successfully earned the trust of the people, and he's even grown a social media following to tens of thousands of fans.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed our opening story right there. Yeah, that's the most important story of the night. Renzi's internet grandmother. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? How you doing? All right. Good news of the week. Early voting has started, and this is a short one because I think they get a little off base here towards it. So we're gonna watch a little bit of this one, but here we go.
Well, another big story today, early voting getting underway in Georgia. Voters turned out in record numbers, and the polls are still open today. Some reported standing in line for more than an hour to cast their ballot. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes is live at a polling location in Buckhead with the latest. Deidre.
That's right, Christine. And this was one of those locations where folks did see us long wait at certain times. Actually, this is the shortest line we've seen here this afternoon.
Georgia
this
breaks
line actually
early
stretched
voting
out
record.
to the parking lot at times today. Now,
It's
at around
happening in a lot of
2:30 this
places.
afternoon, state officials reported that some 200,000 Georgia voters had cast their ballots.
200,000. All right. So that's good news. That's good news. Now, there's some other news on the back end of that. It's not so good because I'm hearing stories about potential votes being flipped. I haven't looked into any stories, but there's been reports of this. So I haven't not gone and early voted yet. but I'm going to keep an eye on that and see where it's happening. I need to look into that before I head out to early vote. So I've never had a problem voting on election day, but then I'm just worried about shenanigans. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out, but it seems like everybody wants to early vote this year. And I guess it gives them more time to figure out if there's shenanigans if you vote early, right? So I'm going to vote early. I'm going to track my vote. And I'm going to do all the due diligence there I need to do. Hey, Suzanne, how you doing? You changed your name. How about that? All right. Yeah. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. And we'll take it from there. I'll keep you guys updated on how that's going to go on. Now, just came out today. So we're going to react together to this one because I have not seen it yet. Okay. All right. And this is from one of our favorites coming up. The title of this is Conservatives Shut Down Liberal Media and Kamala Peddling Wild Conspiracy Trump. Wild Conspiracies. Trump is exhausted. Oh, yeah. I've heard about that one. I saw that come through and it's like Donald Trump supposedly cancels engagements because he's just exhausted, campaign says. I was like, that doesn't sound like something they would say. I've never known him to be exhausted, you know? So here we go.
Does it work best for you? This is why I'm sure Kamala Harris didn't show up at the Chicago Economic Club Forum this week or turned down Time Magazine or didn't show up at the Al Smith dinner last night. And number two, so what?
Hold on a second. Suzanne, that was from a long time ago. I hate Cool Frog. I'm not anything. I don't have nothing to do. So does Madcore. None of us like Cool Frog. He's a bad person. We've disassociated from that guy. Cuck Frog, I'm sorry, Cuck Frog. That was a stand-up routine I did over a year ago. I released it to members only. So yeah, that was not us. That was not live. So just to make sure you knew that. That was the one where they all got mad at me because I did this awesome stand-up routine, basically called them out on everything that was going on in that crummy Discord, that troll Discord that he had running. So no.
He's doing a ton of stuff, tons of events. He gave an amazing stand-up set last night that had the most epic roasts of the campaign season. I mean, he's doing plenty. He's doing fine. I don't think his campaign has anything to worry about from this reporting this morning. He looks pretty vigorous to me.
All right, guys. So once again, it's time to laugh at the mainstream liberal media, okay? Because the mainstream liberal media and the Democrat Party, they have become a full-blown comedy show, right? Because at this point, they're now just throwing things at the wall to see what sticks in regards to their attacks against Trump.
Yes,
because
definitely.
they know that
funny
Trump is
videos.
winning. Everybody can see that Trump has the momentum, and Kamala Harris's campaign is sinking fast. So in defense of Kamala Harris, in order to help Kamala Harris out, everything that she comes up with as a line of attack against Trump, they just promote the narrative, they push the narrative, they put it out there as if it's some type of legitimate conversation that we should be having, right? It's the latest false narrative conspiracy that the mainstream liberal media is peddling on behalf of Kamala Harris is this idea that President Trump is exhausted.
It has already been a very long campaign season for the man that you saw there, his jaw jutting out in disappointment, Donald Trump. And it's really starting to show, I got to say. I mean, let's, again, to be just human here for a second.
You can't do something you're not.
Or relate to a person on stage. Their mic doesn't work. Campaigning for president is hard. It's physically and emotionally, psychologically grueling. It's difficult for any candidate. It's particularly got to be really hard for the 78-year-old man who is the oldest major party nominee in U.S. history.
Have you seen him lately? I mean, he is out there. He's given 2.5 hour speeches, just word salads. You have no idea what he's.
Is he talking about Kamala? She doesn't speak for that long.
Talking about. He's talking about Hannibal Lecter. He's talking about this. He's talking about that.
Is he talking about your real father, Frank Marshall Davis, or how you were raised a communist and how you're implemented cultural Marxism in a way that's never been yet accomplished in this country? I mean, you outdid all the subversion of the 80s and 70s in just 2 terms. It's amazing.
He's swaying to Ave Maria and YMCA for about half an hour. Folks are standing there not sure what's happening.
No, everybody knows that there were people in the crowd and it was too hot in there. And people were getting exhausted because they waited all day long to see him because he's that popular. This guy is the biggest liar and wimp excuse for a man that is out there. I mean, literally just his whole life is a lie. We just watched Dreams from My Real Father. Yeah, The Abomination. We just watched Dreams from My Real Father by Joel Gilbert, which is the definitive history of Obama from birth to presidency. And all of his little secrets were exposed during that documentary. We just watched that, what was it, last week or the week before, on Old School Watch Party Sundays. And I want people to see this. I sent a message to Candace Owens on X, because she started kind of going down this rabbit hole. And I said, well, here's the documentary you want to see. And I put a direct link to the documentary in that post. So if you're on X, you can get it. If not, I will actually, it's so important. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat right now. Hold on. Let me just go find it. Let me let this guy ramble on nonsense here.
Can you imagine if I did that?
You do it every time you're on stage.
I think those concerns about competency are one of the reasons why one of the defining features of Trump's third campaign is how it's largely been sealed off in this alternate world of safe spaces, friendly interviews with right-wing outlets, softball podcasts, a town hall that devolved into a bizarre wordless.
Projecting, lying, projecting. It's all they do. So old.
Dance recital set to Trump's comfort. Considering all that, it should probably come as a little surprise that Trump has canceled a number of mainstream interviews in the final stretch of the campaign. His team is citing exhaustion. For anyone who's been following along, there's no doubt that Donald Trump really is tired. And again, I get it. As the Harris Walls campaign noted on social media, quote, an exhausted Trump appeared to fall asleep during his campaign event in Michigan today. At that same event, he even complained about having to campaign.
How about we'll go through it pretty quick, Gal, and then I'm going over to make a little speech in front of 10,000 people. You think this is...
Yeah, so he's going to go make a speech in front of 10,000 people, but he's complaining about it?
It's an easy life I have, right? I go from...
That's just the New York style talking right there.
From here, I say, am I finished? They say, no, sir, you have one more speech. Oh, good. Where is it?
First of all.
What is it, 20 minutes, 30 minutes away?
He does not look like he's enjoying himself. Now,
you don't look like you take care of yourself. Look, look at that. They catch him with his eyes down. They catch him, like, blinking. It's just like, whatever, man. You know what? If our president needs a little rest, he can have it, but he ain't exhausted. He's working harder than anybody out there. And I don't care if you sit there with your soy latte, and lie to your echo chamber of mind control victims. It doesn't change the truth, which is that he has been working his butt off for us since he decided to become president back in 2016. He hasn't stopped.
Donald Trump has always been one of the absolute weirder figures in American public.
Yeah. So
give it to
what we have here is just comedy at this point, guys. I mean, that's just what it is to me. These are the same people, okay, who had nothing to say about Joe Biden when he ran in 2020 from the basement, right? We all know why Joe Biden was running from the basement is because he was old, right? He was legitimately exhausted. And we saw that exhaustion throughout his whole presidency, okay? Joe Biden wasn't doing any events, right? Lo and behold, he becomes president, and the dude is taking more vacation days than any recent president in history, okay? Liberal media had nothing to say about that.
Kamala Harris was on stage for 6 minutes tonight. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. It's really funny. Hey, Count, how you doing, my friend? It's really funny how GW doesn't push for any candidate, yet Abomination just can't stop being evil. Barry, go home. Can you take Mike with you? GW, George, are you talking about GW? How GW doesn't push for any candidates? George Washington? Are you talking about Bush? He's a neocon, man. He's out there pushing for Kamala now. He's pushing for Kamala now. Yeah. So
Joe Biden was mentally declining in front of the world for everybody to see. And the mainstream media told us that
this guy works really hard too, right here.
Don't believe what you're saying. In fact, if you don't believe that Joe Biden is as sharp as he's ever been, then F you. And we all know what happened to Joe Biden, right? He dropped out because he clearly was not mentally fit enough to be in office. Now, again, what I find to be ironic about this, right, coming from Chris Hayes, who is an overweight, low-T male, right, on MSNBC. I don't think he
sees it too, man. Heidi says there's an issue with poll counter watchers being disproportionately hired. I heard that in one county, 300 were hired, only 33 were Republicans versus Democrats hired. I signed up, and I'm going to be going to a Zoom call here next week to get the lowdown on poll watching. So, I don't know what they're going to ask me to do or whatever. I'll keep you guys posted on what that is all about. Yeah, I know phrasing, but how else you gonna say it? How else you gonna say it? I know.
As any room whatsoever to be questioning anybody's fitness, okay? Considering how this dude is clearly not in shape for anything, mentally or physically, right? So he probably should not be judging, okay? So with that being said, yeah, these are the wild conspiracies that are being promoted in the mainstream level media. And it gets even deeper, right? It gets even deeper, okay? Because now what they're saying is that, well, Trump is not the actual candidate, right? They're not running Trump. Trump is just like a shadow candidate, right? And they actually try to get Trump elected in order to replace him with JD Vance. This is what they're saying. These are the conspiracies they're pushing on CNN.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? I hadn't even heard this one.
Take a look.
He has backed out of 5, by our count, events, interviews, 60 Minutes, CNBC, NBC.
Why would he go on channels where you guys are just going to soundbite him and then spin it and then attack him, right? You're going to attack him, soundbite it, spin it, and then make your own narratives up. Why would he go on the establishment corrupt propaganda subversion media? I mean, no, this isn't him not backing out. It's him saying, you guys suck. You're fake news.
He did Fox and Friends instead, it looks like, but he also did an NRA event. So it's not even just that he's kind of dodging maybe tough interviews. And the NRA is a very friendly crowd.
Yeah, interviews, but what he's not dodging are actual campaign events. He's had
except for the NRA,
he had 21 campaign events last month compared to Vice President Harris 13. That's a significant number. I went on his website today to just see what events he has upcoming over the next 5 days. I counted 8, 9 events where the former president will be. Governor Walz had 7 events last month compared to JD Vance's 14 events. So the Trump Vance ticket, they're out there talking to their voters. Maybe they're skipping a couple of interviews. I think it's less important to sit down with journalists and more important to be out there rallying your base. This is going to be a turnout election. I think they have the right strategy.
Right.
Look, it's okay if he gets a little tired. When a man gets to a certain age, he gets a little tired. If y'all want to swap him out, there's 18 days left. We've done this before, and you can just put in President Vance.
So it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if he actually.
Oh my God, these guys are idiots.
Is tired. It's not the most unreasonable thing in the world, but it's not like the presidency gets any easier from here on out.
Yes, but I'm tired and I'm not running for president. I don't have to be the president after. I think we have to understand that, like what Abby said is true. You know, he doesn't have enough battery to make it to election day. He doesn't currently have enough battery to make it through an entire speech. He stood on stage this week for 40 minutes listening to his own playlist.
Again, look at this evil person sitting there lying, lies coming out of that mouth. All right. We all know what happened because we were watching it. We watched it together here. We were recapping it, I guess. And because it was a town hall and people were having a hard time in there because the doors were shut and the air wasn't on high enough and people were getting hot. And they had 2 people fall out back to back. And, you know, whenever somebody falls out at a Trump rally, he stops and makes sure they're okay. Like he'll literally stop for 10 minutes and just make sure that whoever's attending to them has the full attention of what needs to be done and that they're not being too loud so they can care for the person. Right. And so at this one, he was waiting for the place to cool down. And he's like, you know what? I'm not going to have people dropping out over from heat exhaustion or from it being too hot in here. So we're going to open it up, turn the air conditioning on, and let's just listen to some music. And we went over all the headlines from the left to the right to the center on ground news about this topic in particularly. And we saw how they were spinning it, right? And I went through the takes on it. And most Trump people are saying that it shows how personable he is and like how he's a people of the person. And it was just like hanging out with a friend, you know? Meanwhile, they're spinning it into loudmouth, angry, mind-controlled woman speech right here.
And we need to talk about how that's not normal. And I think we also need to talk about the fact that
it's not normal for him to be a human and dance and have fun and hang out with people. It's not normal for him to do that.
When are we going to stop pretending that this is the real candidate? We're just trying to get him across the finish line. And then to your point, we're going to put in President.
Who's that? Who's this joker? Mr. Fake Cowboy over there. Who's this guy? I've never even seen him before.
JD Vance, because there is no way.
Yeah, you know everything. So when you're wrong and we come back to you and say, look how wrong you were, right? You guys won't even remember. I don't remember saying that.
This man who can't make it through an entire speech, who keeps canceling things, is going to be the person that does 4 more years.
Listen to the mind control. This is how bad it is. This is when you know how corrupt the system is, when people are allowed to get on TV and do this. Like we all know, we can see it. It's frustrating, right? But you know that they're filling the heads of mind control victims out there everywhere with this bullshit. And you know, people actually think that they can listen to these people instead of their family and friends, and that these people care about them. It's insane.
Right? There's no way. We have to get really serious about who the real leader is going to be, and it's going to be the person.
We wouldn't be talking about this. We wouldn't be talking about this, Michael, if it weren't for some of the things that have happened in recent weeks.
We'd be talking about it if you had your neocon rhino establishment Republican running, running in against, not a real American, not a real patriot, not a real choice, right? If you had your fake false left-right paradigm, like back in the Bush days, like back in all those days, when it was just the illusion of choice, it was just one establishment for the other, right? Continuing each other's agenda as they go along, you wouldn't be talking about it, because the real war started when we broke the false left-right paradigm. That was Trump in 2016.
One of which Lee was just talking about, that incident.
Maybe he loves Ave Maria.
He does a lot. Two versions.
Wow.
Give it to him, Greg. Hit him with it. Hit him with it, Greg.
All you can do is laugh at this point, man. The desperation is crazy. The projection is out of control. It really is. These people project so hard. These are the same people, guys. These are the same people who told us that you're a bigot if you worry about Joe Biden's mental fitness, right? You're a bigot if you criticize Joe Biden for taking so many vacations, always being at the beach, even in the middle of natural disasters, right? Joe Biden didn't let anything stop him from taking more vacation days than any president ever, right? This dude was going to sleep at 4 p.m. in the middle of the day. He had to get a nap, right? I mean, his team put out there that, hey, Joe Biden can't do any events after 6 p.m. or something like that. He's done, right? He's sleeping for 12 to 18 hours a day. They told us that we were bigots, right? We criticized Joe Biden for that and said, hey, that's concerning, okay? And then look what happened to Joe Biden. He got replaced by Kamala Harris, which is the exact same thing that these people are now saying about what's going to happen to Trump. But again, that's what happened to them, right? That's what happened to them. These are the same people who went out of their way to cover up for Joe Biden, who had no concern about Joe Biden and his age and his mental fitness. Now, all of a sudden, they want us to be concerned about Trump and his mental fitness and his age. Because of what? Because Trump is canceling some unnecessary interviews, right? Some excessive interviews that at this point probably aren't going to move the needle, probably aren't going to make a difference, more so than focusing your time doing other things that actually really are going to help you out in regards to getting turnout, right?
Right. Okay. So look, thank you, Greg, for that. And, I think that's pretty much it, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you, Greg, for that. We got more Greg coming up here in a bit. So I'm going to stop that one right there. But I do want to go over real quick. And I did promise you guys something, right? I did promise you guys something. And here it is. I just want to show you, if you weren't around on Sunday for Dreams from My Real Father, if you haven't heard about this before, you haven't been new, you haven't been stopping by, maybe you're watching on another platform or you're watching on a rewatch or something like that, let me just play the trailer that I made for it right here. This is the old trailer from way back in the day, but I spliced it up into like a minute 13. So here it is. And as I play this for you, I'm going to put the direct link to this documentary out. I encourage you to go watch it. If you have never seen this before, it'll be eye-opening for you. I promise you that.
My father was a foreign student.
Frank Marshall Davis, writer. I have a collection of intimate portraits called horizontal
pornography.
Cameos.
The free market, it doesn't work. It has never worked. The American people will embrace the change.
There you have it. All right. So that's what it is. I put the links out to it. It's worth the watch. It's very educational. And it'll give you from start to finish what the real deal is with that guy. Cultural Marxist to the extreme. Yep. And where he was trained up, groomed up, all that. Yeah. Yeah, Chrissy, check it out. It's worth the watch. You'll enjoy it. If you want to watch it with our commentary, you can watch it on Rumble at Old School Watch Party Sundays from last Sunday. And there you have it. Or you can just watch watch a straight movie. Like I said, for me, it's about the content, getting the content out to you people. Clicks and views and thumbs up are nice. Subscribers are nice, and I wish I could do more for people just by having more of that. But at the end of the day, I just want people to really get the information that I'm putting out. I mean, this is decades of work. This documentary right here came out a long time ago, and it's funny how many people have never heard of it. Like, it came out in 2012, right? And there's a lot of people that never knew about this documentary, but like Joel Gilbert did a tremendous amount of work and research to put this together, right? And this is the truth, man. This is what you're dealing with right here. So if you like that over on Rumble, hit a thumbs up for me. Make sure you save the link to your clipboard, save it to a notepad, click it and put it in a playlist. Whatever you got to do, it's there for you, man. It's there for you. Wherever you're at, make sure you watch it. And I'll be trying to do more of that. I'll try just to throw you guys the raw links and make sure you have it, because there's so much coming out, especially like, we're going to do with Line in the Sand. Like I said, I hope you're here to watch it with us. That'd be great. So we could talk about our reactions together. I put it on screen, but when I get the raw link out there of just the documentary itself, I want you to have it, and I want you to share it, and I want you to watch it with people that, might not get to watch it, might not know to watch it, and definitely wouldn't generally watch it if they were, if they knew where it was coming from, right? I'll make it so that it's very easy to show. Let's put it that way. And as long as you don't figure out who James O'Keefe is, you're probably all right. All right. But yeah, just keep them engaged. Say, this is important stuff. You should watch this. This really does affect you. All right. So, we got to work together on this one, and we'll get there. But I got more stuff. Like there's the Muckraker documentary. There's other things where I've shown it. I've done streams on it. But, I just want you to know the information. I want you to get the information to people who need to see it. And that's how you can make the biggest difference in the world. I mean, you would be surprised what showing the right video to the right person at the right time does. I literally switched a Trump TDS terrain Trump dude from that to going down to J6, right? It's like I didn't, I had no idea the switch happened. I just showed him the C-SPAN video of Biden sniffing children. He's a lawyer, and he figured it out. And before I knew it, he switched sides immediately. He probably went home and was like, I can't believe this guy, and then ended up, learning about the other side real fast, and then got down to where I'm going to support Trump so this Peter didn't get in the White House, right? So that's how powerful, like, reaching the right person at the right time with the right message can be. Literally, I talked to a friend recently who used to be a Bernie backer, and I said, Bernie's going to take a knee, right? And he's like, no way. He literally was down there campaigning for him, and he was down there putting signs together and all this stuff. And he's like a guy that I've played music with a lot in my life. And and I said, Bernie's going to take a knee to the establishment. I guess, I don't think so. I don't think so. And sure, I was like, watch. When they tell him to bow out, he's going to bow out, and he's going to tell you guys to all go vote for Hillary. And sure enough, he did that. And he's like, holy shit. That guy has now gone on to become a Trump supporter, and he has gotten at least 20 or more people turned around from one side to another, and is now encouraging people to get out and vote. Like he works diligently. He runs a group. He does all kinds of stuff like that. And that's just, right message, right time, right person. So you can do it. It can be done. It can be done. All right. Where am I at? Yeah. Oh yeah. I wanted to put this link out here from my people on X to let you know that we are also on Rumble. I did put that Dreams from My Real Father over there for you guys too. It's out there. There's the Rumble link if you want to join us on Rumble. And also, I have to grab this link while I'm thinking about it and put it in my description so that people that are here, if they want to switch over to a free speech platform, they can. Just look into the description. That's the Rumble link and the X link we're broadcasting out tonight. And that's good for the rewatchers too, if you guys want to do that. All right, so there you go. On with the good news, y'all. That was a little unexpected detour there. But that was a good one. Oh yeah. Oh man. Hold on. YouTube's doing this thing where if I grab something, it goes haywire. To do it little by little to get the video up where I want it. Just a little bit. I'm trying to move it up and it's going down. Tell me why that's happening. It's ridiculous. All right. So you did that one. That one should have been next, but that one got out of order. All right. Fix that. All right. That one right there. Okay. I'm just getting things straight here for a minute. Okay, we're good to go. Ding, ding, ding.
The abundant hypocrisy of the left. All right, so obviously this election season, I've refrained from making any predictions. I've refrained from really signaling any type of bullish attitude. But to be honest with you, the closer we get to election day, the more time goes by, the harder time I'm having holding it in. I keep telling myself, don't get too ahead of yourself. And most importantly, don't get complacent. Don't act like this thing is over. But honestly, the data I'm seeing, the more I'm thinking to myself, it's looking like Kamala Harris cannot win this. Now, of course, I always got to preface these videos by saying, again, do not get complacent. This doesn't mean it's a guaranteed thing. And of course, you know, the Democrats are pretty good at this election stuff, but the numbers, folks, the numbers are bad for the Democrat Party. And it's really beyond the polls. It's not the polls. It's the early voting data, mail-in ballots and early voting. This is just not where Democrats want to be this close to election day. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, friends. So we first got to start off with this CNN article right over here. It says record number of early votes cast in Georgia as election gets underway in battleground states. More than 328,000 ballots were cast on Tuesday. Gabe Sterling of the Georgia Secretary of State's office said on X. So with the record-breaking first day of early voting and accepted absentees, we have over 328,000 total votes cast so far. The previous first day record was 136,000 back in 2020. And now, of course, this may seem alarming to some people, which I totally understand. You may tend to associate early voting with Democrat voters, but it seems as though this time around it's something totally different. And that probably explains the huge jump in raw numbers, going from 136,000 as the previous record to now 328,000. Something had to have changed. And I think that's exactly what's happening. Obviously, there's been a shift of perspective, and the RNC has certainly shifted their strategy. The rhetoric went from show up on election day to make sure your ballot's cast to now vote and vote as early as possible. Just get it in there. And so the theory is that this huge influx of early voters is not from Democrat voters, but rather very enthused Republicans. And the data behind the headline seems to back that up. Pete Bray on Twitter responded with some pretty interesting analysis here. Relative percentage change in Georgia early voting share, GOP versus Democrat counties, 2024 first day compared to 2022 total. As you can see over here, when comparing early votes coming from GOP counties against Democrat counties, Democrat county early voter turnout is down 3%, while GOP counties are up 4%. And most of these votes coming from GOP counties are coming from rural areas, meaning the vote.
Well, yeah, because hold on, just to give you the inside baseball here. Dem counties in Georgia are the Atlantic counties. That's Fulton, DeKalb, Cobb, I guess Gwinnett, in and around. That covers all of Atlanta for the most part. That's it. And then you get outside of that and it's all red. You guys can see it on the map.
Vote split is going to be highly in favor of Donald Trump. Peter Bray continues saying his take, bullish signal for the GOP. Savannah. This flips the script on typical early voting patterns where Dems usually dominate, especially in general elections. Strong early indicator of Republican enthusiasm and turnout in the state of Georgia. And apparently we're seeing something relatively similar when it comes to the percentage decrease of in-person voting on day one in Georgia's first day of voting. In-person voting is down across the board, but it's looking much worse for Democrats than it is for Republicans by around 4 percentage points. In other words, I mean, just to make it as simple as possible, in big metro and metro suburban areas that lean Democrat, voter turnout is down and voter turnout is up in all the deepest of red counties. This could spell absolute disaster for the Democrats. And frankly, it seems to be happening everywhere. It's not just Georgia, but also Florida. Eric Doherty on Twitter, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but he's been absolutely killing it with his analysis. I suggest that you guys follow him on Twitter. He's reporting this data from the great state of Florida. Mail-in voting is trending deep red. Right now, Democrats have a plus 5.5 lead. But at this point back in 2020, their early mail-in voting lead was D plus 21. The Democrat mail-in ballot lead is down 15 points from general election to general election. You know, there just might be something happening. Again, like I keep saying, that the polls are not tapping into. We keep hearing it's going to be a close race. It's going to be a close race. But Democrats are lagging far behind their targets. And it's happening in the most important swings.
Well, yeah, but every time they say it's going to be close race means they're going to be up to shenanigans. That's what I hear when I hear, oh, it's going to be close. But yet what I see with my eyes is it's not close at all. Right? That's them trying to prepare us to, like they were telling us last time, like, okay, what's going to happen is Donald Trump's going to win on election night, and then everybody's going to go to bed, and we're going to wake up, and Joe Biden will have won. That's what they basically told us, and that's what happened.
States. And of course, when I say that, what's the first state that comes to mind? It's Pennsylvania. Well, according to Eric Doherty, Pennsylvania Republicans just...
Andrea Diet, yes. I actually had another person recommend the People's Pundit to me recently, so I did save that. And I'll add that to winning 2024 topics for Poll Watch, for the Poll Watch we do on that show as well. So yeah, I've been meaning to add People Pundit to the list of creators.
Just posted another huge day of mail-in voting requests and returns. The GOP out-requested Democrats again by over 2,000. And ballot returns also shifted R plus 1.7, while requests shifted R plus 0.6 in one day. You know, again, I think pollsters like Rasmussen and Trafalgar might be the only ones getting it right, because they're the only ones changing their methodology. The rest of these Democrat push pollsters continue to oversample Democrats to an astonishing degree. Meanwhile, Gallup's very trusted National Party Identification Tracker is showing Republicans outnumbering Democrats by 7 points in their latest survey conducted from October 1st to October 12th. I mean, frankly,
you see why they want to replace her with the illegals too, the non-citizen votes. That's you see why they want to do that, because they're losing people because their policies suck. They're destructive policies, and they're meant to be destructive.
That's astonishing. Democrats are doing a whole lot of blah, 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 as if they're way in the lead here, but they aren't. Look at the battleground state polling. Trump keeps going up everywhere. He might win every single battleground state. He might even have some surprise victories. I mean, it feels like we keep seeing these flashes of reality. Yesterday, I played this clip for you.
And I should note, we did not find a single person who audibly would tell us that they voted for Kamala Harris. These were Trump supporters getting out to vote early in the all-important Mojave County. We met one man who did not vote in 2020, but he said he was horrified by the state of the country, so he's voting here in 2024. We met 3 other voters, one that moved from California, one that moved from Oregon, blue states, who said that they moved here and were eager to vote in a state where Donald difference. And so it's those types of voters that not only Republicans are watching come to the polls, but also Democrats have a close eye, understanding that they need to really win the Maricopa County area to make up for any potential juicing of turnout here among the MAGA faithful in places like Mojave County, Jose.
Where MSNBC was trying to interview early voters in the state of Arizona, and they couldn't find a single person willing to say that they voted for Kamala Harris. You know, maybe something is happening here. Carrie Lake certainly seems to think so. She just tweeted this: Arizona Republicans are outpacing Democrats in early voting. Apparently, out of 72,000 votes, Democrats only account for 23,000. You know, again, we might be seeing the same phenomenon. Rural Trump counties are showing up like never before. I mean, look at this Arizona rural county voter registration. Just take a look at these trends. The numbers pretty much speak for themselves. Republicans are gaining tremendously, and Democrats are losing. In Mojave County, they're down 3,000. In Pinal County, down 1,600. Meanwhile, Republicans are up over 10,000 in both of those counties, respectively. And this trend continues in almost every single county as you go through the list. Republicans are gaining, Democrats are losing. And so obviously there was this huge hype cycle when Kamala Harris initially announced. The whole point was to motivate people to get out there and vote, but you can't really fake enthusiasm. Nobody's making the extra effort to go and vote for Kamala Harris. And even those Democrats who are highly enthused to vote, they're more so voting for the Democrat Party at large or voting against Donald Trump. It's not the same level of motivation. Meanwhile, the other side feels like it's life or death, like it's the most important thing they need to do. It's their #1 priority. People will walk over shards of glass and burning coals to get to that ballot to vote for Donald J. Trump. And they tried to create the same enthusiasm for Kamala Harris, but it clearly didn't work. And even the garbage left-wing news sites are admitting that clear fact. The Hill just released this: momentum shifts against Harris in presidential race. That tells you all you need to know. It's an admission of what's really going on here. Kamala Harris's campaign is sinking. Meanwhile, the Trump train continues to move forward at full max velocity. I mean, let's really put it into perspective. Democrats are lagging behind.
Rumble crowd, man. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, man. We gotta get out in that Rumble algorithm. Hit the thumbs up for me.
In early voting. Given that fact, the next logical question is, how can Kamala Harris possibly win this? I just don't see it. But of course, we'll have to see exactly what happens.
Look, yeah, we have to avoid the shenanigans. That's right. Thank you, liberal. Hi, mine. All right. Yeah, we have to avoid the shenanigans. And you know, you guys ready to see some rage? Oh, let's get. I'm getting to the next video here. You guys ready to watch our favorite group of cackling hens rage? This is like one of the I love it when Tatum does these videos. Let's bring in good old Brandon Tatum here. Man, I love it. I love these videos when it's about the view and the view's freaking out. Let's go. Oh yeah. I'd say crawl through broken glass just to vote for Trump, even if I had to write him in. There you go.
Nonetheless. Okay, so let's listen to it. I guess they had a problem with Donald Trump at the Al Smith banquet. I don't say banquet, fundraiser, charity event, charity dinner, I guess you can call it. And they had a problem with it. And of course, fake Catholics. What's her name? Sunny Host, a fake Catholic, coming out with her 2 cents. All right, let's listen. Roll the clip.
So we've been talking about this Alfred Smith dinner.
This dinner, just this dinner. It's more than just this dinner. It's huge for the Catholic Church. Great charity that helps children and all kinds of stuff that they do. They try to bring the country together. It's not just some Alfred thing. It's because Kamala and Joe Biden wasn't there that they just go, it's just something. Come on, bro. If Donald Trump didn't show up to this thing, they'd be nagging and complaining about it.
last night at the Catholic fundraiser that they were having, and it seems like one of Trump's biggest campaigns issue is this show. Watch this.
The stupid show, The View, is so bad now that the other day I was watching it and thinking to myself, you know what? They really need to bring Rosie O'Donnell back. That show is bad. Those people are bad. I know every one of them, and they are bad news, I want to tell you. And it doesn't do very well either. I always like to say, ratings are very important. When they don't do well, it doesn't do very well.
Anyway, I think he's met all of us except Sonny.
Hell no.
In fact, she's the only.
He has
Wait a
never
minute.
met me. No. I don't know what the hell you're reading, but I got to tell you, I've lived 52 years. I've lived 44 years in this country. I have never shaken that man's hand. I've never given him a kiss. I've never watched his show. I've never bought any of his crappy
You never gave him a kiss?
Just wish
Where did
she
that come
had.
from? We expect when you meet somebody, you kiss them?
Yeah, she's just wishing she had. Look at her. Well, I have thought about kissing him. Yes, but I have never.
Look at that face, though. That is the perfect face for this woman's spirit. Her spirit came out right here.
Yeah.
Devil.
I never voted for him. No. But wait
I never voted for him.
She's the only prosecutor he has never been.
Okay, that was worth
it. That's probably true. Although the interesting thing is, I have seen him and he has seen me, so we have met because I covered his trial.
He watches our show. He's seen all of us. Okay, also, I would just...
And he's still free. I covered his trial. He's free. What are y'all talking about? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, you try to put him in jail so he don't win. Okay, I get it.
Just let you know we are #1 in daytime over the last 4 years, so the ratings are fine. But this also cracked me up because after he came after you recently, he apparently came after me on a podcast and said he didn't know me, he never met me despite that I worked for him. And then now he's saying he knows me, which gets back to my point. I think he's slowing down. I really think it. And he doesn't know he's never actually met these three.
You think he's failing a little bit?
Donald Trump.
I mean, look at where's Whoopo? Where's Whoopo at? And she's supposed to be on the air. So who's filling in for Whoopo? This one? Elvira, well, not Elvira. Elvira is much hotter than that. I mean, but who's filling in for Whoopi? This one, Beaky. I don't know who. I don't know who these women are either. You guys all suck, anyways. I mean, this is the only old hag that I recognize from the show.
Just be saying stuff. That man ain't critiquing whether or not he don't remember he met you. He
joke,
just say
by the
that
way.
he met Whoopi. He met every woman on this panel. He met every woman on this panel except I want to call her the C word, but I won't do that because I'm a good Christian. The lady in the middle. He never met her, I think. So generally speaking, he's saying he met them all at some point. Oh, he forgot he met her. No, he's just generally saying stuff. Donald Trump exaggerates a lot.
They are so
people with
narcissistic.
brainstem.
Like they think, oh yeah, he's watching this exact show. Where's Whoopi? They think she's watching that exact show. Like he tunes in every day. This is how they think the universe revolves around them.
Understand what he's saying.
He's losing it. But you know what? Isn't it such an enjoyable thing to live rent-free in his head?
Yeah.
I mean, we live rent-free in this man's head.
It's a scary place.
Like keep on dreaming. Keep on dreaming.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it. And I enjoy that he has admitted now at least 3 to 4 times that he watches the show. Well, thank you.
He don't watch your show. He watch what I say about your show. He watch clips from you idiots that are on the internet. That man ain't sitting down and watching your show. He's too busy saving the country.
Thank you, Donald.
Yep.
Hi. I will tell you, the part I loved about yesterday was Kamala Harris at that rally in Wisconsin. Yeah, so we have a clip of Kamala disposing with hecklers at one of the rallies in Wisconsin yesterday.
They would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade, and they did as he intended. Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
Yeah, this is the mind control rally. You have to agree with everything I'm saying.
No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
It is so perfect. See,
I mean, just blatantly lying. Blatant lies.
people are seeing the real Kamala now because
And then she's going down in the polls. That's crazy, bro. They cheering and say they see the real Kamala. And Catholics will vote for her. She literally skipped that whole event. The funny thing is, she and Biden skipped the event. Not that Biden didn't show up. The president of the United States didn't show up. Presidential candidate didn't show up. And Biden's supposed to be a Catholic. He ain't at a rally.
How you doing, my friend? How you doing?
Secret Service is already there because Trump
That's
there.
right, Chrissy. They all have it.
You know he can't get up and say, because Biden can't say anything when he get there. He can't get up there and say nothing because it'd be even worse.
We've spent private time with her. She's funny. She's witty. She's got the gift of spontaneous wit. And that is what you
remember last week, Donald Trump said in a California rally to a heckler, she should, quote, get the hell knocked out of her. So that's the difference between the candidates you're dealing with is
Donald Trump didn't say, these people so dang evil. I can't, like, I gotta stop covering them. I'm stressing out.
Absolutely.
They make me so dang mad. He said show me a clip where he said she should get the hell knocked out of her. And he looking at a woman and he's saying a woman should get the hell knocked out of her. The crazy thing is, they also say in the same rally, he's fawning over this beautiful woman at the rally, distracting him in the rally. Make your mind up. He hates women and he loves women. Somebody's heckling him. He says she should get the crap knocked out of her. I guarantee you there's a lot more context to that. But they know it is and they still say it. Let me go. I can't do too much of this video. I got one more clip to play and then I'm off of this thing. I'm ready for the weekend. I can't do this with these bras. These women are so stupid. I mean, God damn, they just make women look terrible.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Last night was the Al Smith dinner in New York, which is a Catholic church fundraising event that invites professional comedians and political heavyweights to show off their funny sides. So Trump, hilarious, was there in person, and Kamala Harris sent in a video that co-starred Molly Shannon. Watch this.
Maybe don't say anything negative about Catholics.
Fringe.
I would never do that, no matter where I was. That would be like criticizing Detroit in Detroit.
President Trump
Fringe.
talked about migrants taking cats and eating them. You know, if you're keeping track at home, this is the second time grabbing a kitty has been part of a campaign issue.
Really a pleasure. Anywhere in New York without a subpoena for my appearance. Anytime I don't get a subpoena, I'm very happy. They've gone after me, Mr. Mayor. You're peanuts compared to what they've done to me. I didn't like Biden very much, and now I like him quite a bit. You know, and now I say that she's much worse than him. He was a much better candidate than her, actually. And when we hopefully win, dispose of her, I like her a lot, but right now I can't stand her. It's true. I can't stand her.
Oh, hey, I got a good one. A felon, a liar, and a traitor walk into a Catholic event. That's the joke.
You talking about the bishop? Oh, not the Catholic. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Cardinal Dolan, for this wonderful moment. So is this Catholic Church event normalizing a guy who's already broken 11 of the 10 commandments? Yeah. What do you think?
Ma'am, you don't even know what the commandments are. Tell me the 11 that he broke. Okay, shut the front door.
I think so. You know, I hate to break with tradition because this is a tradition, and it's a tradition to have both presidential candidates come to this particular dinner. But sometimes there's a time to break tradition. You can't have a felon,
Mondale
a liar,
learned that the hard way,
a
didn't he?
serial cheater. You know, he had Melania next to him, his third wife, who he cheated with Stormy Daniels on while she was pregnant. I think he stands against.
Where's the proof that he cheated with Stormy Daniels? They're gonna have to do a legal note. I don't know if it was verified to any degree that he cheated with Stormy Daniels. She said he did. He said he didn't. Isn't that libel? Aren't they promoting something that is not verifiably true? And they knew it wasn't verifiably true at the time they said it. That's defamation. Okay.
Everything and flies in the face of everything that a Catholic believes.
No. You stupid B. Talk about Kamala Harris's husband who slept with his nanny. Where y'all at? Clinton. Her husband was getting sloppy Joe in the White House. Hillary Clinton's husband cheating all the time. He cheated. He had sex with a woman at the White House in the Oval Office. Kamala Harris' husband screwing the nanny. What are you saying? Joe Biden's son got prostitutes snorting coke off them and on video on a laptop. And you're talking about Trump?
I know.
And holds dear. He is not a faithful man.
Well, the Haitians in particular, right?
No, bring up Kamala's husband.
Yeah, right.
This is why nobody trusts y'all fools. You talking about Trump? Kamala's husband slept with the nanny. Y'all didn't show that joke that Trump did you? Okay, we know why. Y'all can't be trusted, bro.
I think was an egregious sin because those are Catholics.
Yes. See, I disagree.
Cardinal Dolan should know that.
I disagree that being the lead Republican candidate that was nominated by his party, whether I agree or not, they need to be there because why tell people he's crazy, we benched him? Let him speak for himself. He did that. Like, let voters decide.
Yeah, but I don't think it looks crazy last night.
No, he's not. Did you hear his jokes? Those were highlights.
They're lame. His jokes are lame, but that was normal.
Yeah,
actually, we're going to hear his jokes. They're quite funny.
Jokes were hilarious. I saw y'all go watch the other video. His jokes were hilarious.
We're gonna be watching this here in a minute.
Hilarious.
Don't you worry.
It was hilarious. Kamala Harris's skit was lame. There was nothing funny about that. Like, was that comedy or what? Like, it was the corniest thing ever.
Who cannot laugh at themselves. That's what got us Donald Trump. President Obama made a joke at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and here we are. His niece said in the book that his dad taught him that laughter is weakness. I don't trust anyone who doesn't like animals, and I don't trust anyone who can't laugh at themselves.
Well, he said,
oh, let's talk about nieces. Joe Biden's niece, in her diary that she wrote, that's public, that ended up
not a niece, daughter. I'll help Brandon out right there. It's his daughter. that wrote it.
Come in evidence in the case, and she proved that it was hers unequivocally, and the person who stole it actually went to jail over it. In her diary, she said that Joe Biden was sexually inappropriate with her, and that she had been inappropriately touched and molested by other people in their circle, in their family. And she said she used to take showers with Joe Biden, and she felt like it was inappropriate.
As a teenager. Yeah, that all with that, they all back that up. They love that. They love that about Joe and the establishment. They're like, yeah, that's good stuff. That is good stuff.
What are y'all saying?
Right.
And
Let
last
him
night
out
he
there.
said, yesterday he actually had a part where he said, oh, and this is the part where I'm supposed to be.
All right, yeah, enough of these hags. I'm done with them. I'm done with them. We're gonna move on. Thanks, Brandon. Thank you for that awesome stuff. Let's see. Oh yeah, check this out. All right, you know that the establishment's going to be out there trying to put out their useful idiots, right? Activate their useful idiots, and they're going to try to smear, right? And this is a smear that goes way back to the Ron Paul days. The same kind of people go out there and they try to create optics. They try to create optics, right? Well, MAGA patriots, they aren't having it. Let's bring in the Hodge twins to tell us about this story right here.
What's going on here? Well, it was a boat parade in Florida. You know, they like to have the Trump parades on boats in Florida. Right. Progressives pretending to be Trump supporters when the Trump supporter boats come over and take care of them. Watch this.
Wow, look at this beautiful snickers. There we go. Power. Hal Trump. Yeah. Make America white again. Woo, woo, woo. We're out here in Jupiter, loving it, loving the good weather, blue skies. Woo! Make America white. Let me see that sign, brother. Let me see that sign. There we go, man. My Pillow, 1488. Yeah.
Look how bad they are at what they're doing too. Watch this. Watch this. They made him run his boat into the side.
I found this on Twitter. The channel that posted that video that we just seen, the part of it getting splashed by Trump supporters, they actually blocked us on Twitter. Save me, Brandon. Well, I get it. They Biden supporters. But I've never had any contact with them. They had already blocked us. Yeah. But they're Trump supporters. It's a little side. Yeah. That's all it was. Because nobody, Republicans, they don't align with that garbage. Nobody does. Those people are all to themselves. Yeah. When have you heard somebody at a Trump rally say, "Hail Trump"? I wonder how much it was paid to do that. Because you know they was paid to do that. Nobody's going to do that for free.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, because it's dangerous. Yeah.
I love my pillow too. I got towels.
Election's getting close.
Pillow. I got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
man.
why they
Good
did.
stuff.
Yeah. They even had a sign of the my pillow. Yeah. I got that dude. I can call that dude right now on my phone. But he's like you call Michael Lindell. Don't call me again, you black son of a. Who the hell you think you are? This is my pillow. Hail Trump. I got that dude on my phone. I've talked to this dude countless times. Well, they have to make up stuff. Yeah. You have to make it up. Just like when you hear about a hate crime against a black person, it's always bogus. Right. Like that dumb idiot up in Chicago. What's his name? I forgot his name. Juicy, Jesse. They said this country's racist, but they have to make it up. Yeah. Remember all those hate crimes against Asian people? Yeah. Well, it wasn't even white people. Yeah, it was black people. I mean, which shouldn't surprise anybody. Black people are probably the most racist demographic in this country. They're actually running to the polls right now to vote for Kamala because they say she's black. Yeah. So white people, they can't do that. How can we all?
Oh man, Candace Owens came out today with the cherry on top of her report about Kamala's actual race and all the stuff that she put in her book that's fake. She found the real grandma, and they had a person on it today. I'm going to show it coming up. I guess Tuesday will not be the night for that, but probably Thursday I'll show it. But yeah, they found the real Bale, the real grandma, through a person that knew her personally, and she looked at the picture that was in the Kamala Harris book of that woman she stood next to and said, "This is my grandmother," and she says, "No, that's not her at all." Yeah, they busted.
We can't vote for him because white. You got to vote based on policy. Yeah, who's best for the country? You know what I noticed about racist people? Whether they're white or black, for some odd reason, they don't realize they're racist. Ain't that crazy? Yeah. Go to a white person, you say the most racist. I don't hate black people. I got a dog that's black. They say the crazy, most stupidest thing. I was like, what? Did you just compare black people to dogs? And then vice versa. You got black people saying some of the things they saying, and they actually voting for her because she's black. They think she's black. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Go to KamalaHarris.com. You ought to see what she's doing. What? She's racist as hell. I haven't been to a website. No, watch this. She's gonna do all these things for black people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, close that nonsense out. Two clowns. Yo, watch this. Go scroll to the bottom. Look at it. There it is, right there. Trying to sell. Ain't nobody trying to buy that. Look, an opportunity agenda for black men. Watch this. Click learn more. Watch this. This is crazy. What if Trump did this? Had Trump and a bunch of white guys, my agenda for white people in this country. Kamala Harris will deliver for black men. Donald Trump is a serious threat to the lives of black men. What? Yeah, watch this. Vice President Harris will deliver for black men and their families. Vice President Harris is laying out an agenda to give black men the tools to build wealth and achieve financial freedom. No president can do that for you. Wealth, wealth is like above being rich. Right. Wealth, you're gonna make black people wealthy? Yeah. That's what you said? Yeah. Me being wealthy has nothing to do with who's president. I could become wealthy and successful with Biden in office. Yeah, we're proof of that. Hey, let me keep reading. Look at this. Build wealth and achieve financial freedom. Man, there's more white people on government assistance, right? But you're going to make all black people be financially free or whatever. Look, lower costs for themselves and their families and protect their rights. Addressing the issues that black men across the country have told her are their top concerns. Provide 1 million forgivable loans up to $20,000 to black entrepreneurs and others who have a good idea but don't have the resources, connections, or access to capital to get that business off the ground. Let me tell you something. I think the statistic is 90% of small businesses fail. Yeah. Just because you think you got a great idea. Right. You can't think about this. Like if you start a small business, to get a loan, if you want to start a small business, what are you going to show that bank to ensure that you're going to repay it? You can't get a loan to start a small business unless you have some serious connections, some assets to, give it collateral. Yeah. What she's saying, all that is going to turn out to be, if she becomes president, is false promises and lies. She's doing that because she's desperate because a lot of black men have switched over to the Republican Party. That's why Obama came out. It doesn't matter who's president. Forgivable loans. That's not a loan. That's a grant. Yeah. And you're giving a demographic people preferential treatment. And you're buying their vote. Yeah. That is a threat against our democracy. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. What else she saying? Go back up. She giving them reparations. Launch a national health equity initiative focused on black men. What is that? Look, legalize marijuana at the federal level to break down.
National health equity. That means equal outcome, right? Initiative focused on black men. Well, how can it be an equal outcome if you're just focused on one person?
Down unjust legal barriers that hold black men back and other Americans. So you're gonna make weed. But see how they see black people? Yeah. I mean, that's how they are. Like weed. Let's legalize it. Yeah, but they ain't nothing but a bunch of pot smokers. Well, she's just speaking to that demographic. There's a majority of black people smoke weed. It's like a lot of white people smoke it too. Yeah, but black people, it's like, I mean, a lot of white people do it too, but black people, it's like cultural. Yeah, yeah, it's part of our culture. Yeah. Oh no, I might be wrong on that. I might be on. No, I think you're right on. Because when I was in the military, all the niggas smoking weed. I said, hey, fellas, we don't supposed to be doing this. Oh, shut up, you Uncle Tom. Yeah, I know they were, huh? Yeah, when I was in the Marine Corps, all the black people smoke weed. Every last one of them. And they kept on smoking it. Yeah, they just, and they would test us like out of the blue. Let me keep reading this nonsense.
Ooh, that reminded me.
King Solomon smoked weed. Look at this. Lower costs by enacting the first ever federal ban on corporate price gouging for food and groceries. Okay. Biden and Kamala's in office right now. How many people has been convicted of price gouging? Mm-hmm. Like she's making it seem like we have inflation in this country because of price gouging. But how many people have they went after businesses that's been charged or arrested and prosecuted for that? Yeah, zero. We had some of the highest inflation in this country has ever seen, and nobody's been arrested for price gouging. Yeah, that's total BS. Let me keep reading. Lower rent and provide down payment assistance to triple the number of new first-time black homeowners. Look, if you don't got the money to down pay the finances to move into a home, just because the government might give you some assistance to move it home, doesn't mean you're going to be able to keep it. All you're doing is incentivizing more foreclosures. That's all you're doing. You're just kicking the can down the road. Eventually, if you can't afford that home, you're going to lose it. Yeah. It's just a bunch of promises. Look, if you want the American dream, you got to go out and earn. You got to go out and work for it. Yeah, I mean that's inflationary. That causes inflation. Giving people to buy homes they can't afford them. It jacks up the price of the homes. I think she promised reparations too. Did she? Let's keep reading. Black men deserve a president who will deliver on promises. If you see anything on reparations, keep going. Look, they got Trump like he cussing out black people. Look, Donald Trump is a serious threat to the lives and opportunities of black Americans and black men. Look at that, Trump's Project 2025. Trump has nothing to do with that Project 2025.
It's still spreading
Doubles
that
down
lie.
his mistreatment of black men and their families.
Still
He'll bring
spreading the lie.
back stop and frisk and the next full immunity. Cops already have immunity. Cops already have immunity. They already have that. They giving the impression that immunity. They give the impression that immunity is like the purge. They can do whatever they want. Remember the purge of all the white rich people going after all the black communities? I was like, man, this movie good. That movie was crazy. Yeah. But that was propaganda for black people. Yeah. Now look, she's got that. They're going to give cops immunity to break the law. Look, they can't do that. They have immunity against frivolous lawsuits, but they can't have immunity from breaking the law.
Chrissy, I got something really great for you.
Citizens of the country. Cops can't do that. No president can give them the power to do that. Yeah, it's crazy. During the debate between Trump and Kamala, they went to point out, oh, Trump was lying. He wasn't necessarily lying. He was sensationalizing, to bring attention to certain things. But you read her website, and the thing she said during the debate was nothing but lies. That whole thing, the black man is just a lie. I'm telling you, Trump had a website, DonaldTrump.com, and it's a bunch of white men, and he's got plans for white men in this country. Yeah. The best thing, if you're black, would be crazy. Yeah, the best thing if you're black, if you're white, you Latino, you poor, the best thing you can do is just stand up, look in the mirror and say, this is what I'm going to do. Set goals, work hard, make good decisions, educate yourself. You don't necessarily have to go to school, learn a trade, and build relationships with people. You can go a long way in this country. You got to make yourself valuable. Yeah, you got to make yourself valuable. And the biggest thing you got to do
Thank
is
you so much,
build relationships with people. The worst thing you can do as an American in this country is rely on your government. So,
boom. Nailed it. All right. Let's see where we're at here. Okay. All right. So, Black Reverend betrays Maxine Waters and endorses Trump in devastating rebuke of the Democrat Party. Here we go. BCP in the house. Bring it back.
Now, the reason why I say alleged is because I am one of these people that is not going to see it until I believe it. Okay, because
hold on, sorry, it's doing that thing it likes to do when I like to be on the money. There we go. Let's go to a nice black screen there. Hold on, it'll get up here in a second. All right. Sorry about that, guys.
So to any black voter who's thinking of casting your ballot for us for the first time, it might be for the first time, and probably is. It's amazing. What's happened in the last 2 years is actually amazing, and it's been based on results, real results. Just remember, you owe crooked Joe Biden absolutely nothing. You don't owe him a thing, so do not feel guilty. Please do not feel guilty. The radical Democrat Party has waged war on black families for many, many decades.
All right, guys. So once again, we got to talk about the alleged exodus from the Democrat Party by black voters. Now, the reason why I say alleged is because
Hold on a second.
I am one of these.
Let me just fix this.
Hands down, factually, statistically speaking, in a long time, okay, Democrat or Republican, black folks were doing great under Trump, and they rewarded him by only giving him about 10% of the vote, right? So, honestly, all of this hype about black people leaving the Democrat plantation, I don't get too excited about it, right? But I guess it's good to speculate, right? At least before the election, because it sure seems like Democrats are worried because they lost their minds after Trump gave his speech at the Black Conservative Federation, in which he spoke with black voters. And it seems as if Trump is making some momentum in the black community, at least according to the polls. And again, every since that speech by Trump,
the mainstream liberal media has been in freak out mode about Trump potentially taking black voters away from their Lord and Savior, Joe Biden.
Let's go through some of these numbers really quickly. Joe Biden
God.
getting in this poll of Michigan, black Michigan voters, 49% of the vote. Trump seemed high to me at 26%. Did that surprise you? And 9% for Kennedy.
It
To
did.
you.
And it sounds like Donald Trump was implying that he can win black voters because they get indicted all the time, too. Is that what he was saying?
Well, I think it's in part of that. It's part of it, Kristen. Look, it was a great night Friday night in Columbia, South Carolina. The president was really just enjoying himself. It was a great celebration for black conservatives across our country. But let's be very clear. Our economy is a mess. Our border is completely unsecured. These things are causes of major concerns for black voters like it is for every voter in our country. But then when you layer on the fact that, yes, this is political persecution from the Department of Justice and from radical DAs throughout our country, this is something similar that black people had to deal with the justice system themselves. And so their look of it is real simple. Well, dang, if the government's going after him with foolishness, he can't be that bad, especially considering the fact that Joe Biden is terrible at his job.
Yeah, we got to do something first.
A big long Vietnam, it has to do. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. It's cold. I can tell you all about it. I mean, look at this thing. Gonna try to get out of anything.
Chrissy Cat, thank you so much for becoming a member and supporting the channel. Awesome. Thank you so much. It really means a lot, man. It really does mean a lot. Thank you so much and welcome to the Winner Circle. Welcome to the Winner Circle. Let's make sure Chrissy gets a link to the Discord and you come on in and hang out with us. All right. Thank you so much, man. You see now your name will be right down there with everybody else who's a reoccurring member of the Winner Circle. You get to be right there with everybody else, and every show I will thank you again. All right, let's get back to it. Thanks again, Chrissy.
Congressman, let's just be clear. All 4 indictments against former President Trump were brought by grand juries. There is no evidence that the indictments are political in nature. But
the comments that Trump made last night at the Black Conservative Federation gala, what did you make of it? And Trump's attempt
Al Sharpton make of it
to gain more support among black voters. I don't know. Saying that, because I'm a criminal, you're going to like me, it doesn't seem like a winning message.
Well, what he's saying is, and I don't think he's playing to get black votes. I think he's using blacks as a backboard to score.
He's taking a page out of your playbook? I don't think so.
With white voters who has this anti-black view. That's the only way you can make sense of this.
One of the most racist men in America right there. See him?
Say that we are somehow
Al Sharpton, king of the ring,
agreeable or identify with people that commit crimes. That his mugshot, he had a mugshot for election interference. And we fought, marched, some died to get the right to vote. So to act as though I'm talking to people that worship criminals and you can identify with criminals, he's really talking to people that have that base opinion of us. I don't know what kind of...
does he even realize that he's insulting every black person that's there when he says that? Does he even realize that?
Were in the room that would feel that their kids identify with somebody in a mugshot. Do we have blacks that commit crime? Yes, we have a lot of blacks that have been accused of crimes that were innocent. But
the guy, he rolled over that too, man. It's like, dude, he's the worst. He's the absolute worst. Hopefully we don't have to listen to him much longer. But yeah, I mean, the deal with this is that
he is accused of election interference. He's accused of defrauding banks. Why would he feel that blacks identify with that other than that's the stereotype that he believes?
Yeah, so what I find to be so funny about the media and also disingenuous as well too, right, in regards to their reaction to Trump's comments is the fact that they're pretending that they don't know exactly what Trump means. I mean, they do that all the time. When it comes to Trump speeches, Trump will say something in the full context of what he's saying. He clearly, obviously, is not saying what the mainstream liberal media is saying that he's saying. Like, for example, when it comes to his comments about illegal immigrants poisoning the blood of the country, right? I mean, he clearly and obviously in that speech was talking about illegal immigrants, right? Poisoning the blood of his country because of all the criminals that are being let into the country. That's what he's talking about. The mainstream liberal media says, Trump says all immigrants are poisoning the blood of this country. He's Hitler. Again, it's amazing, right? It's incredible how the media tries to spin this, right? And in this situation, this speech that Trump gives is clear and obvious that Trump is saying, look, Black people complain all the time about being wrongfully persecuted, right? For crimes they didn't commit. Okay, is this not what Black people complain about all the time? This is exactly what they complain about. And Trump is saying, well, yeah, I mean, I can identify with that because quite literally the system is coming after me for crimes I didn't commit. That's what he's saying. He's not saying that all Black people are criminals. They know that, right? In the full context of what he's saying, that's clearly what he's saying, which is, again, about political persecution and unjust criminal justice system. But they ignore that part of it because they don't want to acknowledge the reality that, again, Trump is being politically persecuted for crimes that he actually didn't commit, right? So, again, it's just hilarious how that worked. But that being said, despite the fear-mongering from the mainstream liberal media, right, there are some signs of hope that Black people are leaving the Democrat Party, okay? And we have the perfect example here featuring what allegedly is a Democrat activist reverend who apparently is Maxine Waters' nephew, right? And he is endorsing Trump. He seems to be endorsing Carrie Lake as well, too.
Her nephew.
Carrie Lake is here in this video. And he's leaving the Democrat Party, so it seems, right? This is betrayal. Now, I tried very hard to find out who this individual is. Unfortunately, I cannot find any information on this guy. So if any of you guys in the comment section know who this guy is, please type it in the comment section. Let me know so I can find more information about this individual. But unfortunately, I cannot find any information about this individual to save my life. But regardless, this guy is saying some pretty powerful things that I think is worth noting. And a lot of you guys tagged me in this video, so I'm going to react to it.
You know, Black people used to be Republicans until right after the Great Depression. I think we've ridden this donkey as far as it can take us.
There you go.
Okay, it's dead. I'm ready to get on a great big old African elephant. Right?
Go.
We have to remember who Joe Biden is. This is a guy who was mentored by Senator Byrd and people like Strom Thurmond, the card-carrying members of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yep.
So, you know, she represents Republican 2.0. What she's talking about for us is a new emancipation.
Now, here's the thing. Right? I'm happy that a lot of Black people, or some Black people, I'm not sure if I can say a lot. I'm happy that some Black people are saying, hey, I want to leave the Democrat plantation and come over to the Republican Party. I'm happy for that. But you have to leave your Democrat policies and your woke leanings behind, right? Because if you're going to become a Republican, then you need to agree with our policies. Don't try to become a Republican and then try to make Republicans Democrats, right? It's the same argument that is made about the liberals that leave states like California and they go to red states like Texas and Florida, okay? Don't leave California and then come to Texas and Florida and try to make Texas and Florida blue, right? You're bringing your politics. Same thing when it comes to the Black people leaving the Democrat Party. If you're going to come over to the Republican Party, then you have to actually really believe in the policies that are foundational to being a conservative or Republican, right? For example, you need to want to be tough on crime. You don't need to be coming over here talking about reparations, right? Because Republicans definitely aren't going for that. If you come over here and you talk about getting reparations and all that stuff, it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. You're going to find yourself politically homeless once again, right? You need to be for strong borders. You need to be for lowering taxes, less regulation, school choice, right? You need to actually believe in some of these Republican policies. Otherwise, there's no reason to come over. I'm just saying, right? Yep. Because again, that's kind of what happens a lot of times. You have all these people that come over to the party and then they get disappointed because the party doesn't align with their liberal viewpoints, right? So again, I welcome the switch, but the switch has to also be a switch in your policy positions.
Yep.
Start again in this country and recognizing where we've been. Look, I'm not telling any of you who are Democrats to rip up their voter registration card. Okay? Maxine Waters, Auntie Maxine, imagine if she was really your auntie. She's really my auntie.
Wow, what a shame.
I'm sorry.
I feel bad for you.
I'm sorry.
Again, it's funny. I couldn't find any information on this guy, but there's a picture of him. And again, you guys can't really see it, but I think that's a Hillary badge there, right? So this guy was
He's come a long way.
Stomping for Hillary Clinton. Okay,
he's come a long
so
way.
This is Maxine Waters' nephew, apparently, according to him. Again, I'm not sure if he's joking, but again, that's the problem with a lot of these people. They think that these politicians are their friends and their family members, right? When you run around here calling a politician your friend or your family member, that's the problem.
All of those years of dealing with failed policies, how many more lives, how much more time, how many more generations are we going to sacrifice at the altar of Democrat politics when they treat us as a political afterthought?
Yep.
An afterthought.
Preach.
It's time for us to make a positive choice in our own best interest and vote for the candidates who are in our own best interest.
Again, so I agree with that, right? And you got to understand conservative policies and solutions are in the best interest of not just black people, but the country as a whole.
If they are Republicans, then so be it. When white America, working class, and black America, working class, decides to work together, there's no demographic that can stop us.
That's right.
What other sign from God do you need than to see the predominantly white Republican Party moaning, groaning with us about the likes of the FBI and the CIA?
Corrupt establishment.
We're talking
we're all. It's the establishment versus the rest of us. And if you're awake, aware, and resisting, you are the anti-establishment. And as Greg puts
you have people that are now realizing that, listen, this is not a left versus right thing anymore. Okay, this is not a Democrat versus Republican thing anymore. This is establishment versus anti-establishment.
And the key truth is this: Kamala Harris is the establishment. Kamala Harris is the ultimate DC insider. Kamala Harris is the swamp.
That's right. And that's what it is. That's the only paradigm that's out there. All the rest of them are left over from the past. Let's see. Do I have any more good news this week? Anything off the list that I put here? All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into cool videos. Like I said, I got 2 cool videos. I don't have an intro for cool videos. I kind of been mixing it in with funny videos, but I'm just going to leave it as is and kind of make it at the end of good news into cool videos, into funny videos. All right. That's what we're going to do. So I have 2. I'm going to pick 2 a week, right? I got 2. One's a cool thing and one's a cool fact, right? Some cool stuff to learn. So, man, I like this so much. I sent this to Shelly the other day and she's like, why did you send me this? Is it because I'm finished? I was like, no, it's because I want to go to one of these things. They're awesome. I could actually live in one of these things. Have you guys seen this? Hold on. I got to show it to you. And yes, I'm going to bring it up here. I'm just going to pull back to the comments here. All right. Yeah, it must have been a big event that made him wake up. Yeah, much. Yeah. Well, I mean, Maxine Waters, you get out there and you cause a scene. Oh, we never call for violence. You get in their faces. We never call for violence. Yeah, that woman, I can't believe that old bag of bones is still got a position, man. It just goes to show you how corrupt politics are in those areas. It really is. Yeah, right. Yeah. But not the swamp critter. I run around in the woods, but not swamp. Well, you're gonna love this. This is the kind of woods you would love to run around in. And let me bring it up so you guys can see it here. Check this. I'm gonna do it like this. Look at this. Look at this thing. Isn't this cool? Man, there's no way I'm missing out on staying here. There's no way. Check this out. I mean, I saw this. I'm like, this is the coolest thing. And whoever made this is a genius, right? But you can go and you can rent one of these and have a nice little getaway in this beautiful looking treehouse thing in Norway. Isn't this cool? Check it out.
Welcome to Woodness, Norway's most spectacular tree houses. Covered with 18,000 wooden tiles, it's designed to blend in harmony with nature. The tree houses are located in Odda, Norway. The newest addition, mountaintop tree.
I mean, look at that. Look at it. All wood. You look at that and you're like, that smells nice. Isn't that awesome? Right? I need that nest. I do too. I need it too. I need it. I need it. Look, you can know, when you walk in and you see that, it's just gonna smell so good. So good. Yeah, look at that. And it may be small, but it's nice and cozy. Man, look at that. Nice, and it's modern and wooden, and even the bowls and the plates are wooden, man. That's it's so nice.
Treehouse boasts a handcrafted wooden bathtub and a
You got a little area to sit in there, but look at this bathtub.
bed that is lowered from the ceiling by the
Look at that. Yeah, it's getting a nice warm bath. Recline back in that bad boy. Man, oh man, I'd be using all that stuff like you wouldn't believe.
touch of a button. All treehouses
Some nice fresh fruit and some ham and stuff. Man,
are equipped with a small kitchen, bathroom, flushing toilets, linen, and Wi-Fi.
and Wi-Fi, so you can't miss a beat. You got Wi-Fi. I could stream from this, and I'd be just fine. You're like, where am I at? Come find me. Come find me. Look at this, and the bed lowers down from the ceiling.
So once you've made it up the hike, there's only one thing left to do, is relax.
Oh man,
There is something unusual about
All right, hold up. Okay, not giving away our next video there, but anyways, yeah, isn't that nice? Wow. I want to go back to this 1 second. I just want to look at the outside again.
Welcome to Woodness, Norway's most.
I mean, just look at the outside of this thing. That nice orange light tucked back in the woods. It looks so nice and warm and cozy. The view is amazing, right? Haha. Yeah, a tree yurt. I've seen those on the Treehouse Guys show that used to be on TV. Cool. Man, I want to go. I want to go. You can go there, go skiing, and just chill out in your tree yurt. Man, that's awesome. Okay, so coming up next, things you didn't know, but now you will. Let me get back up to this view. All right, things you didn't know, but now you will. This was a great little video I found about the hidden engineering behind Mount Rushmore. Short little video, but very informative. Check it out.
There is something unusual about Mount Rushmore. Unlike most sculptures which look painstakingly crafted, Mount Rushmore almost seems like it formed out of the mountain naturally, and not by the work of a great
Let me know if
sculptor.
you knew about this.
The reality is,
Out
Mount
there in the
Rushmore
chat.
is not only a work of art, but an engineering masterpiece. Despite having zero artistic experience, an enormous team of gold miners managed to bring these giant heads into existence using jackhammers, dynamite, and some clever engineering. We modeled the entire thing to show you how they mapped the design onto the mountain using ancient Greek technology, and how all of this was done without losing a single man. But
Did you guys know anything about this? I never knew anything about this. I thought this is amazing the way they did this.
in order to understand why Mount Rushmore exists in the first place, we need to
That's what it used to look like before.
go back in time. In the early 1920s, the state of South Dakota was just a few decades old, and it was struggling to get its foot in the door. State historian Doan Robinson saw how tourists from all over the country had been flocking to a new sculpture in the state of Georgia.
Yeah,
and this
I might have seen that before.
Gave him an idea. He reached out to the sculptor Gutzon Borglum and asked if he'd like to make an enormous sculpture of America's Wild West heroes. Borglum was excited by the idea, but thought that more national figures, like presidents, would draw more attention. And so, in the summer of 1925, he traveled to South Dakota and came across Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, so there it is. In case you never saw Mount Rushmore before it was carved in, that's what it looked
A
like.
500-foot tall cliff edge made from fine-grained granite. He knew that this would be the perfect blank canvas for his project. With the mountain secured, he started studying photographs of the presidents and put together a 1:12 scale model. Now he had to figure out how he was actually going
So 1:12 scale model was built first, right? And so then they just had to times everything by 12.
to make the real thing. At the time, Mount Rushmore had nothing, no roads, no electricity, and no way for workers to even climb the mountain. And so in the summer of
things are
1927,
amazing.
a road was built that could carry goods and people to the site. Soon after, an entire village popped up around the base of the site, with tool shops, blacksmiths, and houses for the workers. An enormous staircase was built to the top of the mountain, and a cable car was set up to carry tools and materials back
I'm
and
not
forth.
sure, Thomas.
A winch house was also built at the top of the mountain, where operators could raise and lower the brave workers on small seats to any point on the mountain. With all of this in place, the team could finally start carving out the first head of George Washington. With the help of carefully placed dynamite, the crew started tearing off large chunks of surface rock until they had a rough egg-shaped head. From here, it was up to the workers to carve out the face using jackhammers. But handling these 30-kilogram jackhammers on the side of a cliff would be a huge challenge, and powering them would require more clever engineering. The jackhammers ran on compressed air, and so a building at the base of the mountain was set up to power them. It contained 3 massive air compressors that ran on electricity provided by the local gold mine. These would run all day, compressing air into a pipe that ran for 2,000 feet all the way up the side of the staircase and into a building at the top of the mountain. From here, up to 16 jackhammers could be connected at a time. To stop the jackhammers from jumping all over the rock, they developed their own techniques, sometimes installing chains to grab onto, and sometimes using their own feet to guide the jackhammer into the rock. The workers became experts at operating the jackhammers, but without any artistic or sculpting experience, how did they know where to drill? On the Stone Mountain Memorial, Borglum used a large projector to map out his design. But Mount Rushmore was much larger, and the 3D nature of the faces would make this method impossible. He had to figure out how to transfer the data from his model onto the mountain. Did you know that your own personal data is being transferred into the hands of marketing agents? In order to turn Mount Rushmore into a reality, Borglum had to figure out how to map his 5-foot model onto the 60-foot cliff edge. He took inspiration from the Greeks, who were able to make identical copies of Roman statues using a pointing machine. This was a tool that could measure specific points on a sculpture relative to a reference point. This could then be transferred onto a different sculpture, giving the artist a guide to carve to. By doing this for thousands of points, the exact shape of the sculpture could be replicated. This worked well for replicas of the same size. But in order to scale up his design, Borglum would have to get creative. He came up with his own pointing machine, which was essentially a metal arm with a weighted point at one end that could swing around a fixed axis. By placing the weighted point somewhere on his model, he could get 3 measurements: the angle of the point, its horizontal distance, and its vertical distance. By simply multiplying these measurements by 12, the exact same point could be transferred onto the mountain. But for that, Borglum would need to make a much larger pointing machine on top of Mount Rushmore. And so that's exactly what he did.
Isn't that cool?
Using this giant machine, thousands of points could be marked directly onto the mountain, showing the workers where to drill and exactly how deep they should drill. Instead of carving out the entire part, the workers would drill a series of holes close together in a honeycomb pattern. Then the rock between the holes would be hammered out. After a couple hours of solid drilling, a steel worker would come down on a harness with replacement bits to keep the workers drilling. The work was tough, and the men spent 8 hours a day dangling over a 500-foot cliff edge for just 50 cents an hour. Over the next
50 cents an hour. These guys got paid 50 cents an hour to do this, man.
next few years, work progressed, and eventually George Washington's head was done.
We are an amazing
Borglum had assembled a well-oiled team, and so he turned his attention to the finer details. One of the trickiest parts about the sculpture was the eyes. Typical Greek sculptures have perfectly smooth eyes, which look flat and lifeless. To give the eyes a realistic shine, he cut out a hole that was deep enough to always be in shadow. Then, at the center of the pupil, a square section would be left uncut to give the impression of a reflection in the eye. This was an extremely risky process, since the rock could fall under its own weight at any moment. Its effect was amazing, and when viewed from far away, these square sections gave the eyes a shiny texture. To finish off the heads, workers would do a process called bumping, which would smoothen out the surface and pulverize it, turning it into a whiter color. The carving of Mount Rushmore went on for 14 years, but in the end, it was never quite finished. The original plan was to have each president carved down to their waist, and a secret tomb designed with lavish decorations had only just been started when the project came to an end. The Second World War took away all of the attention and money from Mount Rushmore, and just a couple years later, Gutzon Borglum passed away.
Good point.
Ultimately, Borglum and Robinson achieved their goal of putting South Dakota on the map. And now, time for the Primal Space giveaway.
All right, dude. I thought that was really cool, man. I just want to share that with you. If in case you didn't know, now you do. What did you guys think of that? That's pretty cool. You guys, a lot of great comments out in the chat during that. Thank you so much for that. And adding to the greatness that is Winning Saturday Night, that's you guys. You guys make it happen. The crowd makes it happen. All right, without further ado, it's time for... It's time for funny videos, y'all. All right, so we have to start out with the funniest thing of the week, right? And I'm trying to think about how to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play okay, I'm going to play the top 5 and then we'll do a breakdown of it. So you might hear it's the same joke twice. We'll do it with commentary, but I want to do the top 5 Donald Trump jokes that were told at the during his stand-up routine at the fundraiser he went to the other night. Here we go. The big fundraiser that Kamala Harris did not show up to. I think I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to do it this way. All right, guys, let's start because this is the best. I think this is the best way to watch it. Here we go. All right, top 5 of best jokes from Trump's stand-up routine. Here we go.
I used to think the Democrats were crazy for saying that men have periods, but then I met Tim Walz. Well, I'd better wrap up because Mayor Adams told me earlier that I needed to make this one very quick, especially the city has reserved this room for a large group of illegal aliens coming in from Texas. There's a group called White Dudes for Harris. Have you seen this? White Dudes for Harris. Anybody know? Are some of you here? White Dudes for Harris? Doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me. A major issue in this race is childcare, and Kamala has put forward a concept of a plan. A lot of people don't like it. The only piece of advice I would have for her in the event that she wins would be not to let her husband, Doug, anywhere near the nannies. Just keep him away.
Nice.
That's a nasty one. Chuck Schumer is here looking very glum. Doesn't it look glum? It looks glum. But look on the bright side, Chuck, considering how woke your party has become. If Kamala loses, you still have a chance to become the first woman president.
Nice. All right, let me get the next part. Run it for you. Oh man, hilarious, dude. And then the people. Now you think about back to that View commentary where they're talking about, he's not funny. He's not funny at all. And she says that laughter's bad. I can't trust anybody who thinks laughter's bad.
Last night was the Al Smith Dinner, a big Catholic charity event in New York City that's held every year, but in election years, it's customary for both the Republican and the Democrat candidate to show up and do a little stand-up comedy, make fun of themselves and each other. But this year, Kamala Harris chickened out, as the host, Jim Gaffigan here, points out, who, by the way, used to have a severe case of Trump derangement syndrome, so maybe he is making a recovery.
This event has been referred to as the Catholic Met Gala. 22% of Americans identify as Catholic. Catholics will be a key demographic in every battleground state. I'm sorry, why is Vice President Harris not here?
This is in New York City.
I mean, consider this. This is a room full of Catholics and Jews in New York City. This is a layup for the Democratic nominee.
Chuck Schumer is sitting there right to his left.
I mean, in her defense, she did find time to appear on The View, Howard Stern, Colbert, and the longtime staple of campaigning, the Call Her Daddy podcast.
Donald Trump also cracked some hilarious jokes, which I'll play for you in just a moment. And later, Brian Stelter will weigh in on the dinner, no pun intended, who thankfully has been rehired by the Clown News Network. So stay tuned and subscribe to my channel for new here and check back on a regular basis.
The Democrats have been telling us Trump's reelection is a threat to democracy. In fact, they were so concerned of this threat, they staged a coup, ousted their democratically elected incumbent, and installed Kamala Harris. In other words, all her dreams have come true.
Look at how stunned the Democrats are. Chuck Schumer is sitting there stone-faced. Also, that's Letitia James, the New York Southern District prosecutor who literally campaigned for the position, promising to trump up charges, no pun intended, against President Trump. Let's look at some more because this was really some of the best comedy of the entire year.
The media has begun discussing the phenomena of secret Trump voters. I don't know if you've heard about this. People who publicly say they would never vote for Trump, but then when they go in the voting booth, they do. It's a small group. They're called the Biden family.
Even Chuck Schumer's laughing. He knows Chuck Schumer's nodding his head. Here he is talking about some of the previous Catholic presidents, and wait for it.
Catholic president, right? After JFK, President Biden couldn't be here tonight. The DNC made sure of that. Oh, that's... I guess I'm the only one that reads history.
And then President Trump took the stage.
Chuck Schumer is here looking very glum. He looks glum. But look on the bright side, Chuck, considering how woke your party has become. If Kamala loses, you still have a chance to become the first woman president.
Look at him seethe because he knows deep down inside just how insane his party has become. Yeah. But wait, there's more.
There's a group called White Dudes for Harris. Have you seen this? White Dudes for Harris. Anybody know? Are some of you here? White Dudes for Harris doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me. Every one of those people is voting.
It's not registering with some of the Democrats. They just don't get it.
I used to think the Democrats were crazy for saying that men have periods, but then I met Tim Walz. Tradition holds that I'm supposed to tell a few self-deprecating jokes this evening. So here it goes. Nope, I've got nothing. I've got nothing. There's nothing to say. I guess I just don't see the point of taking shots at myself when other people have been shooting at me for a hell of a long time and they shoot at.
Donald Trump did so well, despite it looks like the teleprompter wasn't working because Jim Gaffigan was using a teleprompter, but Donald Trump had to refer to his notes. So I don't know if they only had the teleprompter for the host or if there was some glitch and they had to use the cards as a backup. But obviously, he did so fantastic that even Mr. Potato Head had to admit the truth.
Brian Stelter, what did you make of this performance?
Oh, no, don't ask me first. I thought he was funny. I thought he actually got a few great jokes in. I thought the best moment was when he talked about the assassination attempts and made light of what he's experienced, because I think he's experiencing real trauma, real PTSD as a result of the shootings, but he's still able to have a light moment in this room, and he took advantage of the fact that Kamala Harris wasn't there.
Which is really the subtext of this whole thing.
Exactly.
They're usually supposed to be in the same room.
And while Kamala was too chicken to attend the event, which again is customary for both party nominees during election years, instead she sent in a pre-recorded video skit with a Saturday Night Live star, which got literally 0 laughs.
Vice President Harris did have a scheduling conflict, but was generous enough to send us this video. Let's take a look.
Your Eminence and distinguished guests, the Al Smith dinner provides a rare opportunity to set aside partisanship.
Sorry.
Hey, what's going on? Who was that?
Sorry, Mary Catherine Elliott.
Whoever brought this up needs to be fired.
Very nice to meet you, Mary Catherine. Right now, I'm trying to record my
anybody
speech for
remember who
tonight's
Mary
dinner.
Catherine
Oh, yeah, I know.
is?
I just want to say
Okay, I will save you any more cringe because
So
this
bad.
goes on for another 3.5 minutes. Try to stomach just a few more seconds of it because you got to see Jim Gaffigan's response to her cowardice.
Thank you. May God bless you. And may God bless the United States of America.
Oh, you didn't know Brian Stelter? That's how he talks. That's how he talks. Mark Dice does the greatest impersonation of him. Like, literally has become famous doing Brian Stelter's voice because he sounds like Mickey Mouse when he talks. Yeah.
Wait for it.
I don't even know what that noise you're making is. So I don't know. As I watched that, I couldn't help but think of, now I know how my kids felt when I FaceTimed into a piano recital they were at.
She was too busy in the battleground state of Wisconsin on the campaign trail with her new friend, billionaire Rachel Maddow. Mark Cuban.
Y'all here to have a little bit of fun? I like that. Would y'all mind if I pick on Donald Trump a little bit? Okay.
Yes, actually, I do mind because we've seen you attempt comedy before, like on the Stephen Colbert Show, doing whatever the hell this is.
You're shiny, orange, and empty inside. I'd say you're a traffic cone, but I would swerve to avoid a traffic curve.
Oh, that's gonna leave a mark, Cuban.
The audience is actually laughing.
Donald, you know that to be a billionaire, you have to have the billion part in your bank account, not just the air.
John, you just fell into the Shark Tank.
Okay, that's enough. And the joy from cackling Kamala's campaign seems to have disappeared. Remember how happy they were once they committed the coup and there was a tremendous relief, a weight lifted off of their shoulders? Now that old Joe is gone, well, that was then and this is now.
Should never again stand behind the seal of the President
Of course, she's complaining about Donald Trump.
of the United States. Never again. Never again. Never again.
Teleprompter must have broke again. When she repeats herself 3 or 4 times in a row, that's the clue. I'm Mark Dice. Thanks for watching.
Thanks,
Subscribe to my
Mark.
channel if you're new here, and if you're a regular viewer, please
All
share.
right.
Meine Arbeit für richtig gibt, du jetzt eine Stimme ab. Wenn ja, dann tritt für mich ein, so wie ich für dich eingetreten bin. Meine Arbeit für richtig ist. Ob du glaubst, dass ich...
Yep, there you go. All right. Speaking of Kamala Harris, and this one is for Chrissy Cat. You know, she likes to switch her accent stuff, doesn't she? Well, you know, Christmas is right on the corner. You can get yourself a Kamala Harris doll.
Who needs personality when you can switch who you are at the push of a button?
Swish Kamala. That's right.
Oh, hello, young lady. Quite a marvelous day, innit?
Why does she talk so weird? Let me play with her.
Well, hey there, little nugget. I'm going to be the first black female president of the United States of America.
Man, this doll sucks.
Accent Switch Kamala can emulate any accent you like, as long as it grants her credibility.
Bonjour, tu aimes les croissants?
Merde américaine.
Guten Tag, Sie lieben ein Bratwurst? Ufta, 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 da.
Luke, I am your mother. Swish Kamala. That's right.
But wait, there's more. All new Accent Switch Kamala comes with 2 bags of campaign money, a blind eye for illegal immigration, and her own multi-laugh 3000 generator. Laugh in every way possible. Accent Switch Kamala turn your life into a complete circus.
When you give me more money, like Uncle Joey did.
Don't you wear a little mad? The money's coming.
I don't understand.
Oh, excuse me, honey.
I meant to say, the money is coming. I love ice cream, Kamala map.
It's Accent Switch Kamala and brand new Tampon Tim.
You know, my grandma always used to say,
Kamala Janu, please wash your hands so we can eat our chicken masama.
It's Sid Swish Kamala.
That was so good. Speaking of which,
Yo, better thank a union member. Now let me tell y'all something about Donald Trump. He's gonna run us into a depression faster than a snake in a rabbit hole. Oh, you don't believe me? Direct him and see what happen. He bring a great dishonor on this country. 4 years of bad rock. I'm telling you, vote for this guy. Whole country's done. Unless you guys want a New York style candidate. Now get serious for a moment. Do you really believe that we can survive another 4 years of this naughty boy? I don't think so. Of course we can't. I know everyone here knows how much more expensive it is to raise a family of 17 because of him. Because he allows corporate greed to run the place. It's time for the rich to pay their fair share. On day one in office, I'm going to call the 1% and say, sir, you owe the IRS and you are going to go to jail if it is not paid with iTunes gift card today. Go to the CVS now. And if they don't pay it, we're gonna break their legs, plain and simple. The money of your kneecaps. Me a Trump.
Do you really wonder if you should be for him or for me? The choice should be obvious. It is like I am real Mexican food and Donald Trump is Taco Bell.
What I really mean to say is, he's a phony.
Ms. Harris, thank you.
Ready to the next one? Let's do another one.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Brad.
Thank you.
We'll see how this goes for you.
Mrs. Harris, how many people do you believe have crossed the borders? Miss Harris. Kamala, please. Mrs. Vice President, it's a simple question.
I'm speaking. Excuse me, I'm speaking.
I apologize. All right, well, I'm just going to say it. She destroyed him. Oh my gosh. Right? Oh golly, he's so embarrassed. I bet those Republicans are regretting that one. Kamala.
Become a member at free.
I got one more. I had like a bunch of those that lined up tonight. Actually, some of those were spur of the moment because I just happened to see them. But yeah, I still had some other ones in store for you, like this one.
Running and gonna win again. We do not need 4 more years of bluster and bumbling and chaos. Come on, man. We are ready for a President Kamala Harris. Come on, man.
Joe, come on. It's time to endorse Kamala. Okay, Joe. Sing my praises. And if you're a good boy, you can sniff my hair later.
I'm so darn proud of Kombucha, my vice president. You know, in many ways, the country is doing as well as it is because of my amazing vice president. Boy, I'm so proud of how well the country's doing, man.
Under your administration. It's yours.
Well, I'm most proud of, though, is Kamala, my boss, or as I call her, Daddy. She made it all possible, man.
Well, calm down. I don't want to take credit for your white boy work, okay?
This whole country, the great shape it's in, we owe it all to you, Mommy.
You're being too humble, Joe. This is your good work.
Oh, for too long, white men have been taking credit of the accomplishments of women of Flubber, which is why I was so dang proud to call myself her bitch, man.
Stop it.
Like in prison, man. First day I got in here, she beat the shit out of me. Told me I was her girlfriend.
They've given you a lot of nicknames, Joe.
I gave you one, too.
Don't.
Borders on.
Good one, Joe. You're so sweet. But everyone knows this country is your great work.
And I know you'll carry my torch.
In a bit of a different direction. You did have to step down after all. Okay.
You got people out here saying she's a DEI hire. That's not even possible, man. She ain't even black. Her ancestors owned slaves, man.
Okay, that's enough. Time to go.
Wait, hold on. There's one more thing, man. Everyone, they said this Joe Biden guy, man, his brain's too retarded to be president. Too dumb to run. Can't trust his judgment. But the woman he picked should definitely be elected. I'm glad you all saw that. Anyway, good luck there. Oh, now unburdened by what was.
I was raised in a middle-class family.
Become a member at freedomtunes.com for exclusive cartoons.
Nice. All right. So we got a little cartoon on there. How you guys doing out there? I was trying to find my most favorite post ever. Oh, there it is. because it's time to do that. For everybody over on Rumble, make sure you hit the thumbs up. That gets us out in the algorithm. That's the way it works on Rumble. We need your help. 15 watching. Love to have you here. Thank you guys so much. And hope you guys will subscribe and join the channel. If you already are, hit the thumbs up. Let me know you're here. Say hello. I love to say hello to my Rumblers. All right, guys. This is really weird. This one's really weird. We're going to do like double and triple shot night here. That's what we're going to do. So I hope you got your drinking caps on. Because that's the way we're doing it. That's the way we're doing it. All right. You know how we do it. We kind of work our way in down the line, all these funny videos that we got, and then we work into the funny animal videos at the end. So if you like cats and things like that, that's where that works towards the end. All right, cool. So this one's really weird. Like this one's probably one of the weirdest ones of the night. Like, okay, so you know it's that time of year, right? We're just gonna let these guys talk. Let me make sure I got some winning speed. Yes. All right, this one's weird. It's that time of year where haunted, spirits are alive, and well, it's a haunting season and all that fun stuff. But yeah, what do you make out of this one? Right here.
Yeah, got any show for y'all. All right, so Chris believes in paranormal activity. Found this. You believe in ghosts, Chris?
Yeah, I do. I do.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
You do believe in ghosts? Well,
you got some food. Yeah.
Oh no, what was that you you licked it.
You got some activity on your lip.
All right, so this is paranormal activity. All right, let's play this video. Wait a minute, what's she doing? I know I'm getting excited.
It looks like somebody I know, man.
Man, she knows how to ride it.
Them hips, boy.
She wasn't doing nothing.
She like, yeah?
Creepy things caught on camera.
But for what? What's happening?
He's going back to sleep. She's twerking in sleep, I guess. I guess he was small.
He finished.
Oh, there's another girl on the floor. Yeah, she thick too. Hey, the window's moving.
Oh, shoot.
Look at the window.
He making sure nobody leaves. I think he brought his.
Oh man, the what?
Yeah, he brought a friend in. Oh,
it's two of them.
Damn.
That's me and Kevin when we dead.
Some ghost twins.
Man, that's me and you right there.
They high fiving. It was like
Ghost did her through the blanket and the clothes.
Man, he a savage, yo.
Hey man, you gotta see the comments this video.
You gotta see the comments.
Oh no, that kind of turned me on.
Right?
I'm getting kind of thick down there. That's a new genre right there.
That's right.
Yeah, I thought I came across all kinds of genres. This is a new genre. Yeah, I can mess with this. I'm starting to swell over here.
I wonder if I think it was 3 because they both was getting it and the window was sliding. It was 3 of them. One of them was filming.
3 Negro ghosts.
They trying to run a train. They trying to run a ghost train.
I want to see these comments.
Ghost train.
Yeah, at first I thought she was asleep twerking, but then I realized she was getting smashed by a spirit. What the dude's avatar? That ghost is a legend.
He a legend.
2 at the same time. Me and my homies after we died.
He doing it. Pervs, yo.
What scared me was why is she sleeping on the sofa like that? Yeah. Look, if Diddy directed paranormal activity, why is she throwing it back on the ghost? Scary movie too. Ghost picked the right house.
He sure did.
Ghost having fun. Just want to clap them cheeks.
That's all.
She got moves for days.
Ain't no damn.
Yeah, man, that girl. You said she was twerking on it?
Yeah,
man. She know.
Dude, that's just ridiculous. That's insane. That is insane. But we got something we gotta do right here. It's super important.
Oh my!
Not anymore. Thank you for the super chat. Wolfram, $5 super chat. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, my friend. Oh, yeah, we're not missing that clip anymore, are we? We got it. So these guys just go on and on about this for a minute. Let's see. All right, one more, and then we're gonna the next. All right. Like I said, we're doing back-to-backs tonight. Thank you again, Wolfram. Thank you so much, man. All right, back-to-backs. A little bit more of the Hodge twins. They've been featured a lot tonight. I like the Hodge twins. Those guys are awesome. I hope to meet them one day. Probably could have cracked me up. Right?
He is. RFK Jr. He's putting out something that people forget about what Kamala did to like black communities. Yeah, when she was running for president. RFK ain't forgotten. RFK Jr., excuse me. Check this out.
There's a video that came out this week that's going absolutely viral. And it is the story of a woman named Sherry Peoples, this extraordinary Black lady who is a healthcare worker. Her daughter had sickle cell anemia and was in the hospital. She was in the hospital for 60 days.
Oh, this should have probably been under good news. All right. Well, we're going to watch. Hold on. Yeah, I think this one was this one's miscategorized. This isn't good news of the week, but I'll tell you what. Yeah, that was really weird, wasn't it? Let me switch gears here real quick. I had that out of category. Let me just show you this right here. I didn't get a chance to show you guys this last week. All right. Try to figure out what's going on with this one.
Babe, what are you doing? Babe, what are you doing?
I'm trying to close the freaking sheet, but it won't close.
Okay, you're doing something wrong. You're forgetting something.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. No.
Dude,
no, it's
wrong.
not. It's not. There's nothing wrong with the Jeep. It's something you're doing. No, it's babe, there's something you're
Something is wrong with it and it's broken.
There's something.
Why won't it close?
Because you're forgetting to do something.
I don't understand. I really don't understand.
You don't understand.
Why are you laughing at me? Something's wrong.
Do me a favor. You see that handle right there? Right there. Pull that. Pull that handle. Okay, open it up. Okay, now close the glass.
I don't think so, Thomas. Watch the look.
Okay, now shut the door.
See the look. She just figured out messed up. I've seen that because she was pretty sure that was broken at first. When she turned around, you could tell it wasn't a joke. At first, I thought it was too, a skit. And then when she turned around, I was like, nah.
Really, that's the American story, right? In telling your story and being so strong in the way you do it. And
I used to think that.
All right. Got that one. I got these. That one right there. Okay. Got that. That one's done. All right. Let's back. Okay. All right. Hold on. YouTube's going to mess with me for a second. There we go. Nope. Didn't do it. Just move it up. One. All right. There we go. Okay. This one. The lagness gets me. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our standard on funny videos. JP.
Whoa, a third attempt? And they arrested the guy before he could get to Trump? Damn it. We're all very grateful to hear that President Trump is fine after a suspicious gunman was arrested outside his Coachella rally over the weekend. We're just really, really glad he's alive. Good evening and welcome to We Lie to You News. Kamala's campaign is panicking, Trump is surging in the polls, there's election integrity concerns, Tim Walz goes hunting, and there's some new allegations from Tampon Tim's past that have him as nervous as a Hollywood celebrity hoping the Diddy tapes are destroyed. Starting with Kamala's campaign panicking, the Biden-Harris campaign, Harris-Walz campaign, has been dropping in the polls, where Trump is up to nearly a 10-digit lead. And because of Kamala's polling drop, her campaign decided to put her on a media tour, and then she dropped even further in the polls. Clearly a lot of racists out there. There are 5 primary causes for her struggles. All of them are linked to her merits and content of her character. So naturally, you should ignore them and vote according to her skin color. Kamala's struggle number 1 is her trying to support Biden's policies that haven't had good results, while trying to distance her campaign from Biden's policies. Apparently, supporting one thing and also criticizing that same thing makes it look like she's a dishonest person with no integrity. And voters don't seem to like that, because she's black. Struggle number 2. After unveiling a new accent on the Stephen Colbert Show, we expected to see her surge in the polls. Take a look at her new Jamaican accent.
Have you no empathy, man? You know, for the suffering of other people. Have you no sense of purpose?
But it turns out normal people don't like it when someone is fake, disingenuous, and manipulative. I guess people don't like her because she's Jamaican. Kamala's struggle number 3, going unscripted. Now, the wife of the guy that impregnated his kid's nanny does really well when speaking off a teleprompter, assuming whoever wrote the words for her to say was on point. But things seem to get a little messy when she's in a position of needing to use her own brain to generate thoughts and words. But nonetheless, because she's brave and honest, Kamala held an unscripted town hall where she was unfortunately caught reading off teleprompters. Also, kind of makes you wonder how the teleprompter knew what questions the ordinary citizens were going to be asking her. Regardless, seems like voters don't like her reliance on teleprompters and dishonesty, probably because she's Indian. Struggle number 4, other new accent. During her town hall, while reading off the teleprompter in response to a question from a Hispanic man, she gave part of her answer in a Hispanic accent.
I love you back.
Well, her polling numbers dropped yet again. Seems like people don't like her, only because she's Hispanic. And struggle number 5, relatability. Kamala's campaign has been trying to position her as more relatable to people with souls. Thus, when she went on Colbert, they staged them having a beer together. It went well.
I'm just curious.
Okay, the last time I had beer was at a baseball game with Doug.
Cheers. There you go. Ooh. That tastes like the beautiful city of Milwaukee,
The
Wisconsin.
champagne and beers.
There you go.
Yet she dropped even further in the polls. Turns out when most people have a beer, they don't read the label out loud and stare at it while cackling. And it might just be that when an unrelatable person tries to be relatable, they seem even more unrelatable because that's what they are, and people aren't dumb enough to fall for the facade. But that's probably just because Kamala's an alcoholic. Now, due to Kamala's struggles and the deep state's fear of Trump, one of the guys pulling the strings had to quit killing people in his pond and do some campaigning for Kamala.
I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
Telling black men that they should pick Kamala for president because she's black, specifically a black woman who didn't even pick a black man to be her husband, is a very compelling argument. I'm sure it worked very well. Now, before we get to Tim Walz trying to act like a man and having felony allegations come his way, a word from our sponsors. The world is screwed up and America is in chaos. It's pretty stressful. Enjoy the suffering, or you can do something about it with Awaken CBD. Help naturally bring balance to your stressed out mind and body with Big Pharma's #1 enemy, Awaken CBD. So you can have peace of mind and feel. Waltz was out hunting in an effort to appear to be more relatable to men. Given that he thinks men need tampons, it's hard to imagine why he isn't already considered relatable to men. So let's check in on how it went.
It never fits quite right. No. Kind of a Captain thing to kick off.
Not so good. Maybe he'll rebound with this next one.
And I'm going to grab a Diet Mountain Dew if we got one. I'm going to pound one down.
Not even close. Now, it turns out that pheasants and Diet Mountain Dew may not be the only thing that Tim Walz has been hunting and pounding. A man has come forward with allegations that Tim Walz molested him when he was between the ages of 14 and 18. Now, these are serious allegations that certainly could sink the sinking ship of the Harris-Walz campaign if they turn out to be true. And because we always tell you it's important to believe all victims, it's safe to say this victim is lying and there's no way these allegations could be true. More on this story will be covered never again. While Kamala might have her struggles, President Trump is panicking, where he's now getting over 100,000 people out at his rallies, as you can see here at his Coachella rally that he managed to live through. Now, this has the Trump campaign extremely concerned that his campaign might receive a lot more votes than they were originally counting on. Everyone has their struggles, don't they? And despite Trump decisively asserting himself in the polls, there are growing concerns about election integrity, whereby Trump could win the election, yet not be awarded the win. And many patriots are concerned about a made-up term called rigging the election. They have concerns over Democrats' push to abolish the need to show an ID to vote, letting non-U.S. citizens vote, ballot tampering, and electronic tampering with voting tabulations. For more on if it's even possible to cheat in an election, let's turn it over to our resident election integrity correspondent, Hillary Clinton.
You can run the best campaign. You can even become the nominee. And you can have the election stolen from you.
Thank you, Hillary. We wish you didn't say that. That's it for today's news. Keep your eyes open for Kamala's next strategy to improve in the polls, where she's expected to disappear and not say a word. Good night. Yep, my campaign managers say I need to come across as more relatable to voters. So out here on the campaign trail, blending in with the common folk. Yeah, this thing is so hard to load. It's jammed up. Yeah, just Shove it in there. Today I'm hunting. Men absolutely love this kind of thing.
What kind of gun is that, sir?
Yeah, it's a Win Manchester United 450 caliber McLaren V8. When we're done here, I'm going to pound one of those Diet Mountain Dews in the cooler. They want me to be the kind of person you'd want to have a beer with. Oh my God, this is a beer? I usually have staffers open things for me. The champagne of beers. It says it right there. Got it. This is so awesome that we're having a beer together. I've been hunting my entire life. I haven't seen a buck all morning.
We're actually hunting pheasants, sir.
Pheasants, eh? Those the female deer? Now, America is a melting pot of different cultures. So to get people feeling forced into liking you, you got to meet them where they're at. Oh, have you no empathy, man? Jeez, boy, I feel you on that. Hey, how about that economy, essay? That's okay. I know what that's like. Come from a middle-class family. Dick Cheney. Now, I'd want to go hunting with that guy. People just want you to be honest with them. Honesty is relatable. Everybody, with prices going up, we can't take 4 more years of this.
You're the one that's been in office.
The economy's better than it's ever been. So I'm just aiming to be a straight shooter. Konnichiwa. I would like to help your family. You vote for me wrong time? Today I'll be playing baseball with underprivileged youth. What's up, kids? I almost went pro. Who's ready to bat some pigskin? Yeah. Wow, this has been a great day out here on the baseball court. I'm impressed with these kids. And I'll tell you, these poor kids are just as bright as white kids. Now, a little campaign relatability tip. If you were present for tragic events, people fall in love with you. I was at Tiananmen Square at the exact time of the protests. Guess where I was on 9/11? Yeah. One of those planes. I was in Israel on October 7th. People's empathy for the victims gets transferred onto you. It's kind of like stolen victim valor. Sandy Hook, Columbine, Uvalde. I was at those schools on the day of the shootings. In fact, I made friends with the school shooters. Yeah, one sip. That's all we had scripted. Could I be more relatable? Guys, I think it's working. Yeah, my favorite living musician today, probably that Tupac. You can see since I've been force feeding my relatability to people, I am way up in the polls. Oh, wait, that's Trump. What's up, my Nick? Turns out being relatable is a little too much for some people.
Nice. Hilarious. Back to backs. Is YouTube being that way again? Is it being that way again? Yes, it's good stuff. Oh, geez. You know. I'm glad you guys are making it back in. Oh, wow. They're just trying to keep people out, huh? They hate it. They hate the truth, but because they know around here, we'd rather know the truth be right. Because when you have the truth, you don't need to be right. That's the way it works, and that's what we got. Let's see. That I did that one. All right, on to the next one. This is hilarious. Hilariously cute.
A couple in Los Angeles has opened a little free Blockbuster in front of their house as a way to give neighbors a fun and nostalgic alternative to the world of streaming. Alyssa and Christian already have a little free pantry in front of their house where neighbors can take a food item when they need one and leave one when they can. Recently, Alyssa realized that some materials she had around the house could be used to expand that concept, and because she and her husband are both film lovers and remember a time when physical media was the norm, the idea for the little free Blockbuster was born. Christian is a professional fabricator for film and TV, so he used his skills to construct the iconic movie library. Then the whole family got involved in making it look absolutely perfect. In preparation for their grand opening, Alyssa filled the little free Blockbuster with DVDs from her large movie collection, as well as popcorn and other snacks to make a movie night truly complete. The idea is that neighbors can rent a movie and return it, leave one to expand the library, or even exchange a DVD for one from their own collection. The grand opening was a huge success, complete with balloons and a little inflatable wacky arm tube dude. The reception has been fantastic, and the library has grown with donations from others. And Alyssa says it's fun getting to know the neighborhood more by what people take and what they leave, and that she's found a real sense of community through the project. And professional hockey players were pelted with tens of thousands of plushies in the middle of a game earlier this month. The fluffy pandemonium broke out just after the Pennsylvania Hershey Bears scored their first goal of the game against the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. People in the crowd had come equipped with their stuffed toys, just waiting for the moment to chuck them onto the ice. But it wasn't just because they thought it would be fun to nail a bunch of hockey players with stuffed animals. The giant teddy bear toss is actually a tradition, and after all the plushies are collected, they're all donated to local and regional charities. This year, the
Look at
Hershey Bears
all
broke the
those.
hockey record for the most plushies collected during the toss, with a total of 74,599 plushies launched into the rink. Hershey Bears player Chase Prisky says that it's just a phenomenal feeling when tens of thousands of teddy bears start raining down on you. The rest of the players also seemed to thoroughly enjoy themselves while skating among the sea of stuffies, which required a 40-minute game delay to collect. Pumped up on stuffed animal-induced adrenaline, the Hershey Bears then went on to win the game in overtime.
Let the sweet cuddly mayhem commence!
The manager of this Home Depot is a cat, and he's got competition. Another cat manager works at a Home Depot just 20 minutes down the road, begging the question, is the state of New Jersey big enough for 2 Home Depot store manager cats? This manager's name is Leo, and he is so dedicated to his job that he even sleeps in the heated garden center overnight to keep an eye on things. He's a natural mouser and a former barn cat, so the garden center seems to bring him comfort. But sometimes he hides around the Mount Laurel store around closing time so that the other employees can't find him to carry him out to the garden center. By doing this, he selflessly gives customers who might need something at the last minute just a little extra wiggle room so that they can finish up their shopping. And inside the store, his favorite spot is of course right next to the air purifiers. But a second Home Depot cat lives at the Deptford Home Depot just 15 miles away. And he's such an impressive manager that he even has his own box, which is a true sign of respect from his employees. And Cheeks is not kidding around when it comes to his patrol duties, making sure everything is perfectly in order before sleeping in the indoor training center each night. The world may never know which Home Depot cat is truly the most effective manager, but we can be sure that as independent cats who prefer working as mousers to being house pets, these 2 cats truly have found the best possible jobs. I'm Jen, and I post something positive every day.
That's awesome.
If you hate cats and think they're cold-hearted, this video will change your mind. Today, Positive Story brings you incredible clips of cats saving both humans and animals. Get ready to see their amazing bravery and kindness. This girl accidentally steps on a cat's tail. The cat hisses and tries to bite, but another cat rushes in and attacks the first cat. This cat is about to rescue this mother hen from a hawk.
I hope a lot of these aren't copyrighted music. If it is, I have to cut through it, but I can always just try and talk over it. Sometimes that helps. That's very sweet. Cats on it. Cats know when you're upset and they want to help you. These cats are amazing. Just jumping in there and helping out when they need to be helpful. Appreciating our feline friends tonight. Always cuddles. He's like, no, stop it. Look at that. That's awesome. Like, you know, sometimes a lot of times silly music like that, like, will get you copyright claimed. I can always replace it though. But I just, you know, it messes with the video when you do that. I prefer to get through without it. I do have a cat song though. Look at that. Let me just give you a massage here. Oh, that might hurt a little bit. He's like, hey, cut it out. Oh, he's just cheering him up. He's cheering him up. It's okay. It's okay. They're giving the dog a massage, I guess. That's nice. Uh-oh. Here come the other cats. Like, nope, we don't do that. Help the fish out. Look at that. That is very nice. Cats come in to save the day.
Cats Cats have protected humans from bears on numerous occasions. For
The cat
instance,
scared a bear up a
when
tree.
these folks
That's
encounter
hilarious.
a bear in the woods, their cat springs into
Or do they
action
think it's a
to
badger?
defend them. In another case, a family is terrified as a bear approaches their house, but their cat steps up to save the day.
YouTube, stop it.
A coyote sneaks into a doggy door, unaware of the territorial cat inside. It quickly retreats. The cat is not pleased as the alligators approach its family. The boy is proud of his cat. Cats can also be very protective of their dog friends.
Don't hurt my doggy.
In one video, a cat springs into action, attacking multiple dogs that are chasing its friend. When it comes to friendship, this cat doesn't back down. In another scene, a house cat scares off two coyotes, attacking a small dog.
That's amazing because
When
the
a
coyotes
big
are known
dog
for
bullies
just
a
parenting
smaller
cats.
one, the small dog's cat friend rushes in to fight back. This cat escorts his sister to the school bus every day.
Luckily, it doesn't try to get on the bus.
The dog just wants to say hi, but the cat doesn't allow it.
Like, well, no taking no chances around here.
That number of
Look at this.
bodyguards on
Feel like-
duty, nothing can harm a child. Hey, tiny human, don't touch the hot stove.
Yeah, it's like not for babies. Not
The
for
little
babies.
dog is aggressive towards the man as his cat runs in
I
to
love it.
protect him.
Get out of here.
This cat adopts a baby skunk who has
baby
lost
skunk.
its mom.
Call that one little stinker.
The cat makes sure the toddler doesn't go outside alone.
No. He's like, nope. He's like, don't follow on the dog. Nope. It's funny
When
how they
this
know
cat
that, man.
sees the baby crawling towards the stairs, it immediately jumps in and stops the baby from falling. Cats can be better babysitters than many humans.
Aw.
The family doesn't want
Lizard.
geckos crawling on the walls, so they call their cat for help.
The cat's like, okay, everybody together now.
This cat thinks the owner might drown in the bathtub, so it tries to pull her out.
Maybe. But cute enough. Come on.
A stray dog starts chasing a little girl. As the dog gets closer, a cat quickly leaps in and defends her.
Amazing cat stories right here. Get it, kitty. Oh yeah, get the snake. Snakes, they stand no chance against the cat. It's like, holy cow.
Cats show incredible loyalty in many ways. For example,
Oh, don't tease the
when a
kitty.
man is slapped to test his cat's reaction, the cat bravely attacks the assailant. And when a woman makes sad noises, her cat rushes over to comfort her with licks. Cats genuinely care about our feelings. This cat thinks the
There you
babysitter
go.
is causing the baby to cry, so it attacks her. So what about you? Have these amazing stories changed your mind about cats? Have you ever met
Does it change
any
your mind or
heroic
just
cats
reinforce
in
the
your
fact
own
that
life?
cats are
Share your
awesome?
stories in the comments.
All right. So hopefully that one made it through all right. If not, I'll get on it. I'll fix it. It'll be all right. It's all good. It's winning Saturday night. That's for sure. What's going on out there? Holy crap! Nothing like a ticked off cat, right? I know. They can change in a second, right? They get ticked off. They're a whole different animal. 2, 3. My dogs are all ES service. All right, that's cool. That's cool. I appreciate each and every one of you being here this evening. Tomorrow night on Old School Watch Party Sundays with T3, that's her right there. We are going to be having a Halloween movie night double header. That's right. We will be watching Fright Night 1985. This is the crowd picked this out. You guys picked this out, so you better show up. Fright Night 1985. And the one that I always forget, Dracula Dead and Loving It. Isn't that right? That's the one. I believe it is. It's the one with Leslie Nielsen in it. It's the slapstick comedy. And we'll be doing this back to back. Usually on Sunday nights, Old School Watch Party Sundays, we do a documentary and a movie. And I got some great documentaries coming up for you guys. Got some great ones I've been picking out. We're going to go down some rabbit holes here and continue some of the investigations we've already been on through our documentary series. But, we always follow it up with a nice comedy movie. And since it's the Halloween month, it's October, we are featuring comedy horrors, which are more like comedies with some horror aspect to them. But we're getting close to that, and we're going to be doing Fright Night 1985 and Dracula Dead and Loving It this week. And then next week, we'll have a documentary, and we'll be watching The Lost Boys. Yes, The Lost Boys for our big finale to Halloween month. Yes, we will. And then we'll have a great November, and then we'll do Christmas movies in December. So make sure you're subscribed and following us, and make sure you have a Rumble account, because that's one of those shows where we have to go over to Rumble and watch the features, so we don't get messed with by the YouTube algorithms, the YouTube copyright claim, content ID broken system that they have. Hey, look, T-Rex is back. Hey, T-Rex, how you doing? So my cat just eats and craps. Yeah. I think Snips would be my Snips would be like more protective than the other two cats, and all that. But as we're winding up here, I do have a couple of songs. I'm gonna run out. I'm about to make up some new songs here. I'm gonna run out of songs that I played so many the first night. I should have spread it out more. I do have more. I guess I haven't got them all in here yet. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8. I got more. I got more. So I do promise to play. These are lost songs, right? These are just either lost songs or songs I played a long time ago. But these are all written by me, put the new music with my new band. It's called Winnings Uno. Winnings Uno. We changed the name. It's called Winnings Uno. No. It's Winnings Uno. It's Winnings Uno. And so, yeah, these are all lyrics and stuff that I've come up with over the years. A lot of them ended up on notepads in my computer. Some of them never got played. Some of them only got played acoustic. A lot of them never got played full band. Some got played full band. I don't tell you which ones. You got to figure it out. But to start us out, I got to figure out a better way to present this, because I'm just going to be sitting here as we listen to these. Something should be in the background as I'm just sitting here listening to them, because I'm going to play them through this, because I realized last week that playing it through the Suno app on through the web browser didn't sound good. I'm sorry for the bad experience if you guys didn't hear it as well, the one I played last week. But here is a song, put the new music with lyrics that I wrote a long time ago. I wrote this one back in 2010 as a song for my newborn son. or somewhere around there, probably 2010, 2011, somewhere around there, very young, inspired by being a new father. Oh, you want the Juice Box song? Okay. I can do that too. Let me play this one first, and then I'll play the Juice Box song, and then I'll play my closing song for the night, which will take us on out of here. All right, because we're giving Wise for Panic a little bit of time off. They'll still be back tomorrow as the house band for Old School Watch Party Sunday. You know, they do the intro and the outro, but we're giving them off the outro jams for a while. We're featuring Winning Uno. Here we go. This is called Keep Doing the Best You Can.
You're gonna grow up real soon. One day it's gonna be your turn. Till then, you gotta learn the basics. Till then, you gotta just be good. So when it's time to stand on your own, you'll have the strength in your mind. People play the most disturbing games to beat you down and steal your wind. Evil men set many traps to stall you, derail your dreams, keep your mind in doubt. They'll call you names and tell you that you can. Just smile and nod and know you can. Keep doing the best you can. Keep doing the best you can. Keep doing the best you can. You can, you can, you can, you can. Be the one who knows you can too. Keep doing the best you can. Keep doing the best you can. You can, you can, you can, you can. Be the one who knows you can. She's doing the best she can. She's doing the best she can. She's doing the best she can. You can, she can, she can, she can, she can. Be the one who knows it can. Be the one who knows it can. Be the one who knows it can. Keep doing the best you can. Keep doing the best you can. Keep doing the best you can. You can, you can, you can, you can. Be the one who knows you can too. Keep doing the best you can. Keep doing the best you can. You can, you can, you can, you can. Be the one who knows you can. He's doing the best you can. He's doing the best you can. He's doing the best you can. You can, you can, he can, you can. Remind the man you know he can. Remind the man you know he can. Everybody gotta start off someplace. Everybody gotta find their star.
All right, coming up next, by special request, the Juice Box song.
Wouldn't the world be great if everybody has a juice box? I think what the world needs now is for everyone to have a juice box. Whoa. Oh, juice box will save the world. Whoa, juice box will save the. Juice box will save the world. Juice box will save the world. Whoa, oh, you would fix everything if I could only have a juice box. It would fix everything if I could only have a juice box. It would fix everything if I could only have a juice box. It would fix everything if I could only have a juice box. Wouldn't the world be great if everybody has a juice box? I think what the world needs now is for everyone to have a juice box. Whoa. Oh, juice box will save the world. Whoa, juice box will save the. Juice box will save the world. Juice box will save the world. Whoa, oh, it will fix everything if I could only have a juice box. Oh. It would fix everything if I could only have a juice box. box will save the world. Juice box will save the world. Whoa, oh, juice box will save the world. Whoa, juice box will save the. Juice box will save the world. Juice box will save the world. Whoa, oh, it would fix everything if I could only have a juice box.
All right, juice box song. And if you'd like a song and you remember the songs, I'll play them. You know, I'll play them over again. It takes more than one time to hear them and to remember what they are. If you can always make a special request at the end of the show, and I'll definitely play it for you. But coming up next is going to be the final song, and it's going to be our Jam On Out song. Gonna work? No, that won't work. Whoa. I'm trying to find a visual to go with it real quick. And this one, you might like it. Let me see. That was really cool though. I'm gonna use this one. What? Whoa. Psychedelic trance. That looks, I might do it. Let's see. That's weird. This is like a little Halloween-y. I'm trying to find a visual for you guys. I like that one. Space visual. Boy, YouTube Slag is just so much fun. Oh yeah, it's this one. Oh, yeah, let's go with this one. I like this one. I think it's really, yeah, there we go. All right, cool. All right, guys, here we go. This one's called Bobby's New Addiction. Guys, I thank you so much for being here tonight. I will be back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern for Old School Watch Party Sundays with T3. That's Shelly. And I will, we will have a good old time for our doubleheader movie night, Halloween movie night. I'll see you guys then. And until that time, remember to stay based, get active, vote, help other people vote, right? It keeps getting longer, and keep on winning.
This is it. Swear to God, it's the end of time. Swear to God, this is it. Swear to God, it's the end of time. Trying hard to beat the system. Bobby's got a new addiction. Third and fourth and fifth dimensions. He's found a way to ease the tension. Says his life is strange as fiction. Bobby's got a new addiction. Finding ways to make decisions. Living under rough conditions. And heading off the grand illusion. Spent his life behind the strings and learning all the scales to sing. He's got a guitar drenched in blood from playing all the songs he loves. Packs his bags and off he goes, never late to start a show. When he gets down he looks profound and laughs at all the clowns around. Now he's on a crucial mission. Bobby's got a new addiction. Trying hard to beat the system. Bobby's got a new addiction. Third and fourth and fifth dimensions. He's found a way to ease the tension. Says his life is strange as fiction. Bobby's got a new addiction. Finding ways to make decisions. Living under rough conditions. It's the end of time. It's the end of time. It's the end of time. Swear to God, this is it. Swear to God, it's the end of time. Swear to God, this is it. Swear to God, it's the end of time. Bobby's got a new addiction. Third and fourth and fifth dimensions. He's found a way to ease the tension. Says his life is strange as fiction. Bobby's got a new addiction. Finding ways to make decisions. Living under rough conditions. It's the end of time. It's the end of time. It's the end of time. Swear to God. This is a friendship battle.